Well. Okay. And just like that, we lost you. Are we actually going live? Yep, we're going live. Live in 51 seconds. How does that work then? Well, allegedly we're live. Fucked if I know. So I was just going to get Marcus in to do a live stream, and he has just hit a place with no signal. So that's absolutely stunning. So I've now got to try and fill dead air whilst waiting for him to come back. He's on the M5 basically, about to do well, he's about to get spanked by the traffic. This will be the worst day to go traveling, allegedly, in the UK. First day of the summer holidays for the school kids, and every weapon and its flock will be out there trying to get from point A to point B. And it sounds like Marcus is back, but we haven't got his camera yet. Marcus, your camera's
I don't know. How do I do that? Oh, I see. I press that button there, don't I? Oh,
there you go. Yes.
Look at that.
So this is the nut job that I had the other day when I was in the suicide seat and he was driving, and we did that other live stream. But the good thing is now we can do where we've got the comments. So it's afternoon Rev, big up Rev, yo, hi Rev, good to you live. Hello, Sai. So if everybody wants to say hello to Marcus, that's that fucking lunatic that I did say I was going to get around here at some point and get him on live.
Well, we will do it. We will do it. Oh, I'm up to 56 miles an hour. Yeah.
Where are you exactly? This is it. You're going to get back to the yard in 2 minutes and you'll be off fucking air then. So
no, I'm not. I will show you when I start what I'm looking at, and then you can see why I will not be getting back in 2 minutes.
Actually, don't do that. Not live on air because it's a little bit too. Yeah.
But okay, well, I'll explain for everyone what I can see, which is 4 lanes of solid traffic of everyone decided to take all their scroty little kids on holiday because it's the start of the school holidays.
Yeah, pretty much saying what I said. Being on the motorway. Hello, Marcus. There you go. Good day, truckers. There you go. People are saying hello. Obviously, for you to read the comments would be dangerous at the moment, so I'll do it for you.
All right. Let's do this responsibly.
Yeah, right. That'll be a first. But anyway, so Marcus is one of these poor, unfortunate bastards that's massively overqualified to drive a lorry, but yet finds himself through circumstances driving a lorry. I can't go into too much details about who we work for or whatever because of reasons, but let's just say that you're slightly unappreciated, aren't you, Sweet Pea?
Nah, it's one of them, isn't it? I've met slugs that have more fans.
Yeah. So anyway, so basically, you're not going to be doing this forever, and the way we're treated, I've noticed just lately, more and more the lay-bys are shut at the moment, and the ones that aren't shut just smell, don't they?
I love this. Is to use a. I will bleep the word out. I've never known a job where
you fucking like here. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's right. I've never known a job where automatically, as soon as anyone sees you, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
And you don't even know me. Yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. You're a cunt. Yeah. I'm a cunt. We're all cunts together. That's the only thing that has got going for it.
Lorry driver, cunt.
Yeah, people look at you with a disdain. Like the lady whose kid I ran over earlier. She looked at me really upset. I was like, "Don't matter. You got 10 more kids. You don't need that one."
I just got rid of one of your little debt burdens. You should be thanking me.
Exactly. Be grateful. That little hamstered bastard isn't going to come home and OD in your lounge age 20, is it? So there you go. Problem solved.
Another joy. So I suppose what I should do is show them the sort of shit that we've got to put up with, right?
Right.
There. That's what happens when people just fucking.
Yeah. Your smashy circle friend.
Yeah. That was a crowning third of the day. But
to all the viewers online, ask Simon about his circle of shame.
All right, I pushed the car around and about. Right, fuck him. But look, you did the same thing, but he had no insurance, so he fucked off.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Shouldn't try and undercut a truck. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, the M5 southbound, just south of Bristol, is 4 lanes of solid, non-moving traffic. This is Marcus with your weekly travel report saying, stay the fuck away from here.
I'm really upset not to be working today. I am.
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice, mate. How is your illness anyway? Is it okay?
I'm sure it'll be better tonight.
Yes, I'm sure it will be as well.
Well, I did next to the bed has got that, the blue spray that takes the pain away, and then that fucking what's that other stuff that you can put on? You can also get a tablet form. That stuff.
What, Viagra?
Yes, I rub Viagra into my joints to make me hard as fuck. Oh God. So yes, we want to get. By the way, if you want Marcus to come round to Rev's den and get drunk and do a live stream with me, put one in.
That sounds a bit rapey.
All right, bring your missus. Then.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Deep heat. No, I don't want to rub deep heat on Marcus.
No. Now, have we all tried that when we were younger, rubbing deep heat in our private areas and wondering why we're on fire?
Do you know what? Well, actually, that's what the kids. Some of the kids. There you go. You get ones. People are saying you need to get your ass around here and do a live stream. There you go. Saturday night.
Okay. All right. I'm good. All right.
Anyway, bring the wife. She can have a laugh. She's more,
I don't want to bring her. She's even worse than I am. We do need, for political reasons, though, to keep her off film.
Yeah. What we do is we'll have a camera on you, and we'll do what we did with daughter and have her out a camera shot. Yeah, that would work.
Oh, just have a voice. Yeah.
Meat on here.
Maybe put one of them weird voice changes on her. Sounds like Stephen Hawkins. Oh, is there someone at the door?
Now you could get her to sound like this if you like. It's very nice. Or
that's fucking.
Train arriving on platform 2 to give up driving.
Or what else we got? Oh, yeah, this for you.
Hello?
Yeah, so you can have that. Yeah, you got a load of sound effects here. Shame this thing will crash about 20 times in a fucking stream, but whatever. That really won't matter. Oh, I wonder. I said, hang on a second. I've got to set this. I always get it wrong anyway. How many people we got watching? We got 61 people with nothing better to do. Isn't that nice?
It's all right. Well, I'm one of them, and I'm on the M5. So try to say, oh, hello, darling. Look at you. Whoa.
Very good.
Sorry.
Remember, if your missus ever watches this, I'll just say.
Oh, fuck yeah, I just remembered that. Shit, fuck.
My name's Marcus, and I got beat up by the wife.
Oh, my God. Oh.
So.
Yeah, it repeatedly happens.
So let's see if we can plug this in. Oh, there you go. So we might even give it a go at this. Where are we? The call-in.
Oh.
So if you fancy calling in to speak to me or Marcus, there you go. The number's up. If you see at the bottom of your screen, call-in number. What'll happen actually is we'll get somebody call in, and this won't be set up properly, and it'll all go Pete Tong, and I'll look at
it. Probably crash. Yeah, to be honest, Simon, you're running it, so I wouldn't expect any different, mate. I wouldn't.
What the fuck is this slander about, eh?
Well, you know,
this
is the man who pushes poor little young drivers around roundabouts with his lorry.
Poor. He was younger than me, but most people are these days.
Well, that's not bloody hard, is it?
Well, even you're younger, even though you look 75, you fucking lump. Jesus Christ.
Well, what do you expect? I've worked this week. You haven't.
I had 3 days. Oh, my foot fell over. Well, I didn't quite fall over, but.
Well, you got pushed.
Look, you know, yeah. Got pushed in the fucking. I tell you what, at least my limp's legit.
I think there might be someone in one of the cars watching us.
That would be funny, especially if they got blue lights on the roof.
Oh, all right.
What are you doing
Sauce of milk.
Because what happens is he puts his phone on speakerphone, and then when he pulls up to the Weibo,
what can you say?
Really bad stuff, and that's quite funny because then the woman in the Weibo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you fine. Yes.
Hang on, mate. Hey. I'm underneath the new fantastic pylons, bringing the power from Hinkley Point C to Bristol, but blocking the mobile signal.
Even before those pylons were there, that was always a black spot there. So what we'll probably do is lose a little bit of Marcus, but we'll get him back in a sec, so that's fine. Now, news stories.
I'm coming back. I've got 2 bars now.
How is Dave? Afternoon, Rev. Afternoon, Paz. How are you, love? Have you got a day off, Paz? I mean, you know, you've got a better job than me, so you probably might have a day off. 13 in chat now. Oh, dear. 13? So it depends on which one you're looking. We're going out on about 5 or 6 different platforms, so it says 83, but whatever. Dave is over there. I wonder if I can get the camera on Dave.
Dave Plant?
Yeah.
How is Flies?
There's Dave in the window.
God. Dave Plant.
There's a fucking legend on here, mate. Listen, Dave was on a live stream and debated a drunken person and beat
He's a
him.
legendary plant.
Yeah. Our t-shirt's still available. Yes. Here's
Was
one
that
of them.
drunken person you?
Well, I was one of
Are
them.
they?
There was 4 of us.
Why are you
Yeah,
only telling
that's
me why are you only telling me this now?
What? What? That Dave debates, or that I flog t-shirts?
No, that you've got t-shirts.
Well, it's not me actually. Alan.
Can you hear me,
set it
Simon?
up
Am
for
I
me.
still in the black hole?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. You're fine. If I can't hear you, I'll let you know.
Just checking. I think it should be coming out of it.
This is his first time.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
got the version.
Thank
There
you.
you go. Yeah. So, yeah, we do actually have a merch store. All right. So if you went onto, say, for instance, YouTube, it's connected to there by some amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Okay.
But yes. So, yeah, if any of you do want to ring in, cool. But I don't expect with 88 watching on a Friday afternoon, there's going to be many want to call in. But many of you may be aware that I got a little slap on the wrist on my main channel for being a little bit too truthful and talking about the vax. So we got to wander around that subject now without actually getting a ban. Fuck them. So what have we got going on in the comments?
Did they shut you down?
Yeah. Mate, I was going live. I'd done the Saturday night, I think it was. Saturday night? Yeah, whatever. And then Sunday morning, I was still, half cut probably.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was stable, wasn't I? That's rare. Anyway, yeah, so I went out and did a live stream here, and then all of a sudden it all just went blank, and that was that. And they shut me down and put a ban on me, and that was it. So lost both live streams. There you go. So that is what it is, isn't it?
Hey, freedom of speech, eh? Freedom of speech.
Many on the motorways with their caravans strolling behind, just stop oil. Yeah, there are a few wobble boxes out there at the moment. Fuck you. When does the vax trials end? Is it this year? I haven't got a clue about when the work. Well, most usually they have trials, but I think the trial was everybody take it and we'll see how we get on. I think that's how it worked. I don't know. Real, I can't be. Evie, they are shutting channels still for poison. Pathetic. Yeah, there are some channels that can get away about talking about this all the time, and then there's others that can't say fuck all. Me being one of them. I think there are a load of others that got smashed for it as well. So, but it is what it is. You take your fucking risk and away you go. Yeah, you weren't particularly well, but that was actually, we worked out in the end, it was, what they call it? An infection, wasn't it? Oh, in your heart.
What, me?
Yes.
Yeah, that was infection. Yeah, that was an infection. It wasn't like we originally suspected. Although I've never been as ill as I have been since I had the miracle cure to prevent us from coming out and getting freedom. We were told, wasn't it?
So beautifully walked around that one. Like, that was some salad.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Tried to be wishy-washy and pasty as possible with that.
Excellent saladin of the words there. Fucking yeah, that is a bit.
Avoid the trigger words.
You're a fucking natural, son. That's what it is. So yeah, what we got to do then is we got to get Marcus to get a fucking pass from HQ on a Saturday night, and then we'll get some stories put together, and then we'll get a few of us around said table. Marcus, have you seen said table?
No. Hang on.
There's
okay.
they got mics down the other end, and they got mics all the way around. So you just sit around with cameras.
Well, I like it.
Well, let's try and get this fucking camera out again. And what I usually do is sit here, trying
at the head of the table,
trying to run a live stream badly,
right?
While we all just take the piss and get moderately drunk.
So we need a few more victims then.
Well, I was thinking probably yes. I'll invite Paz again because he was good fun. And also when Paz sits here, when I'm on the phone, I'm like, "Hi, how you doing?" And all the rest of it, Paz, he gets on and he goes, "Right, what do you want?" It's fucking brilliant. I'm like, "What?" So yeah,
call it to a point.
We get what we used to get is people who are absolutely fucking mongeyed out their face ringing in. We were one person who says, "Who's this?" I said, "Well, you fucking rang, right?" And then another one, "What are we talking about?" "Well, you're watching," and it's just like some of them were mangled out of their fucking brain. That's why
Saturday night in Britain, eh? Saturday night.
Yeah. That's why I started doing afternoon fucking streams for a while, but whatever. And then you get the wars going on in the comments from different other YouTubers channels and their followers having a war with each other, that's also interesting as well. So that's good. Right. Any news stories? Is there anything? Have you been listening to the news today?
I haven't really heard much. There's the old Conservatives took a bit of a bashing, didn't they, in these local by-elections or whatever it was. So say they took a bashing. They didn't really, because the Lib Dems kept the seat they've always had, and Labour didn't get the seat they wanted. So it wasn't really fucking anything, to be honest. It's just a load of bollocks. It's normal.
Well, they sent the militia from Bristol for the Green Party down in our village here, right? And they swamped the place, right? We had the elections. We now have 2 Green Party candidates, right? That's how left wing this fucking village is, right?
So mate, you need to get out of it. You need to get out of your said village, don't you?
Oh, hang on, we've got a call.
Oh.
Good evening from the M5 and Rev's house. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are all of you?
All right. Are we happy and sober today?
Oh, I'm always sober.
So, have you got any questions for me, or is it one for Marcus?
I've got a question for all of you. It's a general question. Do you think things are finally starting to kick off? I'm talking about in the sense that we've got these protests against migrants being put up in hotels and this barge. I went to one of these protests last week, and it was just ordinary people who were concerned for their communities telling me all these horror stories that had been going on in their local community, and which is going on in every local community.
Mm-hmm.
And
Look,
now you've got
people are waking up a bit, yeah, but they have to, don't they? I mean, you can't.
It's about time.
Yeah.
And now you've got Just Stop Oil protesters being beaten up in the streets, and now you've got this counter Just Stop Oil group called Just Stop Pissing Everyone Off.
I like that. I heard of that. I like that.
Get me a fucking link to them. I'll interview them. That'll be a
I like that. I do like that.
Yeah. So
I'm just wondering, are people starting to wake up? I mean, look at the by-election results yesterday. Everyone's going on about how it was a disaster for the Tories, and the Lib Dems are whooping and hollering, and the Greens are, for some reason, whooping and hollering. But they lost in Uxbridge, and that was mainly due to ULEZ.
The low emission zone policy. Yeah, I did it. I read that this morning.
well, isn't it up in Birmingham when they tried that? People just said, fuck you, didn't pay, and that's it, en masse.
Well, I got that. I've got a photo I'll send you of a guy who's going around. He's taking down about 700 ULEZ cameras a day. He goes around taking them down because he's disgusted with it. I'll send you that, Simon, actually, and you can see if you can get hold of him. But it's what do you say?
I wouldn't see. I haven't been out on a demonstration or anything for ages, and somebody's saying, "Here, get down Glenethley, because it's going off over there." Isn't Base Welshman covering that one? So
yes, he is. I went there last Saturday just after the filthy, unwashed 20 or 30 Antifa cleared off after the locals gave them what for, and you had different ages. Men and women, different ethnicities, they were all getting along. There was even the Japanese state broadcaster, NHK, interviewing locals about why they're protesting. And it had the vibe of the Occupy movement back in 2011, but without the communism.
So it's like communism light, or I can't believe it's not communism kind of thing.
Well, more like I can't believe it's not communism, because it is. You know, they're very left-wing, unfortunately, in Wales. But it did feel like a grassroots movement is coming together. And you've even got some of the locals now going onto the far left's Facebook pages saying the only people causing trouble in Llanelli are not the locals, it's all you lefty so-called
imported
wankers being
wankers.
bussed in.
Imported wankers, yeah.
The fucking paid thugs. Now, how do I say this? And we have to watch what we say here, because for reasons. But if these busted wankers end up getting themselves into trouble, my heart bleeds purple piss for them. It really does. However, yeah, I mean, there's nothing that the government or the system or whatever you want to call it worries about more than a bunch of people from all different ethnicities and groups coming together for anything, no matter what it is, but coming together to try and tip out the wrong. It's just love.
Do we think that I'm not the biggest fan of our little neighbours across the channel, but they are very, very good when they don't like something at coming together and making it very, very clear that they don't like it.
What,
Like
like-
this, our cheese eating surrender monkeys across the way.
Yeah,
they're very good at standing together and actually saying, no, fuck you. You're not doing it to us. They don't give a fuck who they are. You know, white, black, female, male. They all come together and they go out en masse. And I just wonder, are people seeing it and thinking, well, hang on.
Yeah, I can't
speak
get it
up.
right because they've been good at revolutions. You know, they went through a period of making people's heads fall off their shoulders for a while, didn't they? Right?
Yeah, it's a bit dramatic, but you know, if we need to come to it, we could do.
You know, it's a policy, I suppose. Maybe but the wrong one or right one. It depends. Maybe nowadays it's the right one, but yeah, and they're really good with inside the conflicts of their country. But if somebody steps in from outside, they usually fall to bits and ask everybody else to give them a hand. And then after that's happened, thank them for it, which is kind of a bit of a prick.
Yeah, but
I've just
I just
also
wonder,
found out that dude has a number plate that says EU on one end of it and what's a World Economic Forum on the other side of the number plate. These are the digits. There's some other ones in between, obviously. And she went, my car couldn't be any more fucking EU if it tried. Well, whatever. But yeah, I think in answer to your question, which I went around the houses, and we'll blame Marcus for it. That had nothing to do with it.
just carry on. You blame that now.
I will do. Right. Yes. I believe people are coming together, especially in places like, I mean, if you put a bunch of fucking unwelcome guests in a village, the villages are going to get a bit narky. And there's nothing more brazen than a bunch of freeloaders in a group coming out around a village and pretending they're taking over. And there's nothing more shocked than when the villagers give it back to them. But yeah,
They don't expect it, do they? So that's
There was
right.
a shocking story. There was a shocking story I heard from one of the protesters. In Llanelli, there was this foster couple taking in a 14-year-old Albanian girl who was on her own and somehow ended up in this country. Within 2 weeks, that girl had been literally kidnapped from their front doorstep by Albanian criminal gangs
and then
has
put
not
into
been seen since.
the skin trade.
Put in the
Yeah.
skin trade, yeah, people trade, yeah.
I mean, this is when you fucking do that to your own. Now, when you talk about other ethnicities, we don't use a name here for reasons, but when they use the white girls, as much as it's horrible, heinous, and evil and wrong, they're not doing it to their own. But when you do that to your own, that's another level of
You've got
wanker.
to ask a question, haven't you? They just don't give a fuck.
A human life means nothing to them.
No, it's
And the
a bit
police
like being
know that this is going on.
Yeah.
It's going on in every town and village in the UK. They are actively taking measures against it, apparently, but they've asked the media to keep quiet. I mean, there were stories there of policemen coming out of the shadows telling locals, stay in your house, we're conducting a surveillance operation, then going back into the shadows. Police commandeering ordinary people's front of house so that they could carry out a sting operation on all these Iranian and Albanian and Jamaican criminals, traffickers. It's happening everywhere. We're saturated in it, but they've asked the media, keep it quiet.
Well, I think they call it a D notice or something, and the D notice came from, somebody did explain in here where it actually came from. But there is. Hang on a second. Hi, I was worried about your channel got shut down for good as I haven't heard anything. No, it's still there. It's just I'm being unsubscribed from myself now. So everybody's been unsubscribed from me, but my own channels are being unsubscribed from each other. That is fucking pot. I mean, that's a level of cunt, right? That's unsurpassable. Nobody gets notified, so you find this by pure fucking luck. Then the numbers count all gets fucked, and everybody gets unsubscribed. Cheers, YouTube. Have you ever looked at what fascism means, YouTube? Just a quickie. Just look into it. Just thought I'd say that. Anyway, gone. Gives a fuck in it. But yeah, so I believe that there are a lot of people that are just burying their head in the sand because they're terrified. I believe that a lot of people are terrified of saying something because their friends would be the ones that hand them in. Now, when you looked at the people that went around rounded up Jews in Nazi Germany, some of them were fucking Jews. And the worst
George
thing was,
Soros.
George Soros, it was a job, he said. If I didn't do it, somebody else would have, so I might as well make money out of it. I'm like, hey, you fucking arsehole. But there we are. Having said that, it was also the neighbours. Now, when you look at that place in Yugoslavia, grassed to save themselves.
Yeah.
When you look at Yugoslavia, you had Muslims, you had Christians, you had all sorts of people, all living in the locality of each other, getting on fine, right? And I think the powers that be, the system, whatever it was, saw that they were running this bit of communism and capitalism that was working well, and they went, well, fuck that, we need to ruin that. But they went in, caused a split, a divide over there, and then you end up with fucking ethnic cleansing. But what we've got over here is the invading army of people who want our country. So you've got two types. You've got Muslims, and then you've got people who are gangs who want to make money out of selling prostitution, drugs, loan sharking, racketeering, along firms.
Anything to exploit, basically. Anything to exploit.
Yeah. And I would not be surprised if they were the sort of people that also would sell shit gear. So you're going to end up with people having bad mixes and cooking themselves and whatever else.
That's why when I used to work in the festival scene and all the rest of it, you had the kids that blessedly bought stuff and took it, didn't realise it's 5 times the strength. I mean, because the people that make it up don't give a shit. They just don't care.
You've got to keep it because people are used to it. Not that I do drugs, but if you do drugs, that's your thing, isn't it? And you know, if you're thing is, with drugs are bad for you, alcohol's bad for you, right? But if you could take drugs responsibly, that's up to you. People do. There are people that have a normal job and then sometimes go out and pop a few biscuits or whatever it is, or they smoke a bit of this, that, and the other, and they get on fine and they go about their life. But you know, I mean, if alcohol was made today, it'd be made illegal.
Well, if alcohol was made today, if alcohol came out today, it would be a Class A.
Yep. But it's massively taxable, which is why I think they should fucking legalize drugs and then tax them. Then you could get some
legalize it, tax it, tidy the whole thing up, and you'd stop all these people making these things that are all too strong and all the rest of it. Having lived through the whole generation of it and seen it all with your own eyes, it's easy to cure, but it's that big taboo, isn't it, of saying it? You look at the Friday night on High Street, well, what it used to be, it was a bloody bloodbath, wasn't it? When all the drugs out and about and all the rest of it.
Overnight. And everybody's like, what the fuck's going on here? I remember the first time, because I was going to fill in 2 blokes sat at a table. Actually, really, probably weren't doing anything, but I was on Stella and vodka, and I was a little cunt like that. And my, what would have been my sister.
No, I can't believe that, mate.
Honest. Yeah, I attracted him. Remember last night? Anyway, but I can't talk about that. But basically, this, what would have been my sister-in-law said, take this pill and all that'll go away. So I took it. And all of a sudden, I loved the table, her, everybody around me, the whole fucking club. I loved everything. But I never went back.
You loved your sister?
You know, it's Bridgewater. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I've still got the caller on as well. Sorry, caller, mate. I'll get back to you in a second. But right, I'm not very good at this. But anyway, so yeah, I never got angry again while I was drinking. And that's what a pill did to me. Now, I'm not recommending anybody do that. But for me, it was life-changing. But I stopped doing it. So, yeah. Anyway, what do you reckon about drugs in this pool?
People just need to behave responsibly. I don't see why we need laws. I mean, to ban people from taking drugs. If you take a drug and you behave irresponsibly, you've behaved irresponsibly, and the fact that you've done it under the influence should be an aggravating factor in your crime. But no, if people want to take drugs in a responsible manner in the privacy of their own home or a friend's home or somewhere discreet where no harm is being done, I don't see why the state or these hectoring do-gooders with their own filthy kinks and proclivities should stop people.
Yeah, I mean, sitting at home and doing a gurner, let's be honest, is nowhere near as bad as sitting at home and doing an underage person, which is what some of these posh, rich, fucking high-up people do, Roggins. So
well, you remember the whole buzz. Remember the whole buzz of when something's illegal. It's always when it was before you turned 18, going out and sneaking in the pub and getting drinks or buying something from the office. There's a buzz about it, wasn't there?
Oh, it's the fun.
As soon as you turn 18, I was like, oh, Pubs are a bit boring, really, aren't they? For the
It's a
first
shit,
couple of years,
isn't
you're like, where's the fun? Where's the challenge? And it's this thing with drugs as well, isn't it? There is the element of it's a bit naughty, it's a bit risque, we're breaking the law. It's like, yeah, people like to live on the edge a little bit, don't they? It's
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing, right? They got this documentary film for whatever it is out at the moment. The Mel Gibson's put out, and they banned it, right? And now you can't get it on
what's
certain platforms. It's all about, if I'm right, it's about child trafficking within. I think it might be even somebody can put in the comments what it's about. But it's about child trafficking, but where it is, I'm not sure. It may even be
in America.
Yeah, the rich and famous, whatever. But they've already banned it off a load of platforms, including some of the lesser known platforms. And the moment you do that, now every cunt wants it.
It's got worse than that. Apparently, all the major mainstream newspapers are refusing to review it. And if you like the film, you're a pedophobe.
really
Good thing. Being against
but
men
we
and women.
live in a society. We live in a society, particularly the last 10 years or so, where the most sacred and holiest thing imaginable is taking it up the fucking arse. That's how bad things are.
Well, some people have normalised it. I mean, up the tradesman's, up the sting, walking the muddy mile. All the sayings are all there, innit? But no, thanks. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, they've made a lot of things that are degenerate normal. I mean, there was a thing called Pi. That was a person, or is it? I can't remember exactly what Pi stood for, but basically, it was about fucking people who were interested in kids, and that was in the 80s. And now it's
Harry Harman.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they wanted to reduce the legal age down to about 10, wasn't it? Fucking hell, the body's not finished developing. Yeah. There were some politicians back in the day. They're still out there now, who were part of this pedo information exchange. I think it was probably called pedophile information exchange, but Pi, yeah. But anyway, they were wrong.
Oh, I heard something interesting yesterday. Apparently, Pete Townsend, I'm not sure what band it is, The Who or whatever. Apparently, he was friends with Gary Glitter back in the day.
He's a weird looking
The same
fucker.
Pete Townsend who was caught with child pornography and managed to get off because he claimed it was for research purposes only.
Fucking nonsense.
Well, are they researching whether they like the idea of it? I mean, what is there to research about paedophile unless you're writing a book? And even if you are, I think you would have to go through loads of different fucking realms first before you do anything, saying, I want to write a book about this, so I've got to look into it. But to be honest, fuck it out. Roman. I don't get it. I seriously don't.
Reverend?
Yes, love?
I'm just getting back to our place where we parked these bloody great monsters up.
All
So
right,
I'm going to
mate,
be signing off now, baby.
If you tip off, I will speak to you in a bit, buddy, all right?
All right, matey. Well, you take care of yourself, bud. I'll give you a ring in a bit.
All right, mate, see you in a bit.
All right, bye. Bye, guys.
I'm going to turn it off now, buddy. There, you worked. Well done. All right, it's just you and me now, love. All right? So, but yeah, it's I can't believe that people put up with it, and I can't believe that these people are still in politics. I mean, anybody who's pushing to lower the age of, I mean, didn't they make it 16 years old? Because anything below there was the chance of damage being done because the body wasn't fully developed up until 16. Wasn't it something to do with that? Wasn't that the reason that the legal age was set at 16? Apart from the fact you're probably going to be more responsible when you're 16 than you are when you were younger than that. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, yeah. Although some of the left would like to see the age of consent abolished altogether.
Some of the left are by their own admissions without morals, that whatever gets them off is whatever they want to do at the time. So one minute they want to be playing away with the other sex, then they want to have maybe numerous partners, then they want to have anything of flesh that they like the look of, and they don't want to be judged for it. They want to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do without being judged. Sorry, you can't have that. But that's why they keep pushing the boat out, and that's part of the reason they support all of these men doing the story time shit, because it's degenerate.
Yeah.
And the more we can push this degenerate and get it accepted, Theresa May, part of Pi, I didn't know that, but the more that they can get it accepted, then they can go ahead with what they want to do and nobody will judge them for it. I mean, I looked on this dating site and this woman said she's in an open relationship and she goes on about all these different kinks that she wants to do. And it's like, fuck me. Your parents must be so proud of you. But this goes back to the argument, and a lot of people don't like it when I say this. When we got rid of public shaming because we got rid of religion, you imagine a village like this full of religious people. Now, I'm not saying that.
Well, we didn't get rid of religion. We got rid of certain religions and replaced them with certain others. Some masquerading as atheism, others, well, you know what I'm talking about.
Just answer the question. If Rev got a bird, would he still do YouTube? Yeah, bring her on. Then she could have have the crackers. Yeah, let's try and say it properly. She could have a laugh with me as well. But yeah, so chances of that happening in a remote. But going back to what we were saying, yeah, they're just, when we had the religion and we were expected to behave in a certain way, and if we didn't, got publicly shamed, you found that people were a lot more responsible about what they did and what they didn't do and what they pushed. Well, we got rid of religion, then we got rid of public shaming because we called it bullying, harassment, or you pick your name on a phobia. So you're transphobic or you're homophobic or you're whatever it is, right? Pick your name. And they brought out all of this stuff. Now, all of this was part of that Marxist plan to bring down the fabric of our society so it could be replaced with communism or Marxism, whatever. And that's where we are. And at the moment, they're doing really well. And then when you flood the country full of people who will just fuck anything of woman born at any age without remorse, that's not going to help matters either. When you're teaching kids at school, because we interviewed the women who were over in Wales fighting against this, that when they're telling kids that the best way to protect yourself from getting pregnant is have it up the ass, and they're teaching kids that actually what you need to do is interfere with yourself, and if you like it, and if somebody else gives you a hand and it feels good, you haven't got to tell anybody. It's just fucking wrong, but that's what they're doing.
Well, this brings me to the sex education laws in Wales. There was a consultation about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and parents were supposedly consulted by the Welsh government about sex education policies, and they said, well, we want to keep the optional opt-out of sex education lessons if we feel uncomfortable with what the sex education classes are teaching.
But didn't they lose
the majority of parents who responded made that clear. And then Kim Jong Drakeford turned around and said, we hear you, we don't care. We're going to make it compulsory. And there was a local school nearby. They were going to have a half-hour meeting with the parents to discuss these new changes. And just out of curiosity, I asked a question. I asked where this meeting was being held on the Voice of Wales Facebook page.
Yeah.
Within 12 hours, a far-left activist who's a school governor and has friends with is friends with Satanists.
Lovely. That's what you want, isn't it?
Demanding that the police arrest me for asking that question.
Yeah, because they should be allowed to go and do whatever it is they want.
And he retweeted that, his comments, to various Facebook pages around the world, including ones in Australia, and an odd one called Ireland Against Fascism. And the profile picture of that Facebook page is the Palestinian flag.
Yeah, they're a bit mad.
What does Palestine have to do with Ireland?
Well, go up to the north, right, and the south, and you'll see there's a difference. But yeah, they're very pro-Palestine up there, I believe. Anyway, I don't know why. It's just, it is.
They will not tolerate any sliver of doubt or questioning, let alone criticism. And each day, the world comes to resemble more and more that David Cronenberg film Shivers.
2 seconds. Keep talking. I'm going to get myself a beer because I'm drying out here. Don't go anywhere. You could tell them about.
Yeah, what Shivers is about some idiot created this parasite that feeds off human blood and makes everyone randy. And an entire apartment block was infected with this parasite. And everyone was being randy with everyone else, kids being randy with pensioners, women randy with other women. And in the end, the virus took over the entire...
Is this a film?
Yeah, David Cronenberg's first film. And they spread out from that apartment block and started raping and sexually assaulting random people in the neighborhood, with the implication that the parasitic sex virus went worldwide. That's the world we're actually living in, except there is no parasite. It's just very, very sick people pushing very, very sick ideas.
We might end up, by the way, having a visit from Dave. Actually, Dave coming on the stream and talking to you. So if we're lucky, we might get him on in a second. But yeah, if you send a link to that film, I'd be interested to see what that film's about. But do you ever get the impression that they release films with the information of what they're going to do in the future? I can't help but think there's like
here's
subliminal.
The interesting thing about Shivers. It was Cronenberg's first film. It was financed by the Canadian government. It was the only film financed by the Canadian government that actually turned a profit. And there was such moral outrage to this film that David Cronenberg was actually kicked out of his apartment for violating a morality clause in his tenancy agreement. And here we are, 40 years later, his film has become reality.
Like, how many films have they put out that I've looked at and I've gone, that's odd, because that happened about 5-10 years after they put it out. But it was funny. What was that film where They Live? You seen that one where he puts on the glasses?
Yeah, I've seen They Live.
Fucking brilliant. I mean, worst acting in the world, but it was good, part of it. Then they put out that film where Dustin Hoffman was in charge of trying to find a cure for this virus that had gone around and was killing everyone. I found that interesting because I still think that we're going to get something that will go around and will be fucking deadly. But I think that's in the future. Not that I'm looking forward to, but I think that is going to be the case. But yeah, I mean, lots of films. They did a documentary before 7/7, a year before, that pretty much said exactly what was going to happen. Well,
let's look at the film version of V for Vendetta. That was talking about military intervention in Syria back in 2005. Yeah.
V for Vendetta was a real wake-up call for me, and I got introduced to it by Dafter, and he said, you need to see this, and I was like, so I watched it. I was like, fuck. And I like the acting, I like the voice, and I didn't realize the voice was the guy who was the baddie out of what's that one, Red Pill, Blue Pill?
Matrix.
Yeah. Do you know what? That Matrix, for the people that have watched it, put one in the comments if you feel like I do, or put 2 in the comments, right? Sometimes you do think, am I that battery? And, am I plugged into the Matrix? Is this all just fucking make-believe because it feels so unreal? And is all this shit that goes off giving you so much emotion and stressing you out so much, which would mean you would produce, I suspect, more electric? Sometimes you, just for a split second, you think, is that the case? Is that really what's happening here? And they went, no, this is the real world, mate. But it doesn't half make you think. But the thing is,
well, scientists have actually explored this possibility, and so have other films. And statistically speaking, we are probably computer algorithms in some sort of complex computer simulation that, from our point of view, would be millions of years in the future. In reality, we're just a reconstruction or an extrapolation of things that might have happened millions of years ago.
I'm just reading through the comments here as well. It is absolutely fucking mental. But somebody's saying humans can only see 0.1%. Apparently, go back years ago, before we got the indoctrination, the schooling system, and all the rest of it, and we lived more in the countryside and stuff, people were more in touch with nature and they could feel more and see more. But we've been as dumbed down as you could possibly be by the system itself. You take a kid with all its hopes and aspirations and you put it through the schooling system, what you bring out of that in the end is a crushed spirit, which is why I hate schools. Especially nowadays when they're telling kids that actually, if you're a boy, you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a boy, and everything else. And I just fucking despise it. But that's what it is. Anyway, what else?
And the teachers are bullying the kids because the kids are talking sense, and the teacher's going, no, that's wrong. That's not what I was taught in my Marxist gender studies class at university.
Well,
you must be a Nazi.
Weren't you here the other day when my daughter was saying what she had to go through just to get the results? She had to lie. She had to tell them what they wanted to hear and not the truth. That's, for me, it's mental, because you have to, as a kid, you have to learn 3 times. You have to learn the truth, right, which is the real thing. You have to learn the lie, and you have to learn then what to tell them and what not to tell them. And it's just, I mean, no wonder why kids are coming out of school fucked in the head. I think.
Have you seen this new nonsense where these, in a sense, young internet prostitutes are, eating emojis that sad, lonely men are sending them along with cash over the internet? Paul Joseph Watson has covered it in a video last week. I haven't watched any videos off YouTube of that nature. I've been just doing history stuff. It's mainly TikTok that this absolutely horrifying nonsense.
But what is TikTok if it's not a Chinese operation about how to help bring about the fall of society?
I've got to hand it to the Chinese Communist Party. They have weaponized our prostitutes to be a digital mind virus.
Basically. 1 second. Evening, Dave. How are you, love?
All right, mate. How you fucking doing?
Not too bad. Got rid of your flies then in the end.
Yeah, I suppose.
A bit of harassing. So we've got a caller in at the moment. I suppose you've been listening anyway, Dave. So obviously sat there. So what I'm going to do, me old China, is I'm going to end this call for a minute. I'm going to have a quick chat to Dave, and then we'll probably get some more calls in. And then if you get bored, call back in a bit.
No problem.
All right, bud.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, mate. Take it steady. See you in a bit.
Bye.
But, so how's life treating you there, Dave?
Same old shit.
Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, have you seen the news lately? Anything in it that's doing you nothing?
Just the fucking boats, mate. That's all.
Yeah, plenty of them coming over here. They don't appreciate plants, you know that, don't you?
Well, yeah, no. Fucking wankers.
Yes. So what we're going to have to do is get some drunken in on a Saturday night to debate you again. That way I could just sit back and have a pint and enjoy. Actually, we have to have another get-together. Other than that, is there anything else going on at the moment on YouTube or anything else? Because I've not been involved really pretty much with anything. I've been out of it, if you like, for a while. So is there anything interesting that you've seen?
Not much, mate. Just the boats. Other than that, fucking Parliament's the same as usual. Fucking bunch of clowns.
Right, hang on. Rev, can you ask Dave what my outside palm tree need to perk them up? I don't know as David know, because he's an indoor plant. He don't fraternize with the outside ones very much. No, I'm gonna have to Google that one. Or if anybody else knows actually in the chat how to pick up a palm tree that's feeling a bit low, maybe some sort of counselling. I don't know.
What you want is some fertilizer, right? Then you want some water. That's what you want.
There you go. Straight from the plant. So, fertilizer and water. Mind you, we've had a bit of water lately anyway, so I don't know about that. It's just the sun that we did get baked the fucking plant. I don't know. Well, I tell you what, plants are plant in it. No, there are different plants. Trust me on this one. All right, we got a call. Hang on a minute. Hello.
Hello. Right, quick question. Obviously, with this new boat that's now coming, now apparently holds 1,100 people. Or
Right.
whatever
Okay.
it is,
You're
or
gonna have to
1,100.
educate me on this one because I haven't been in touch with the news. So you're teaching me as well as everybody else. So where is
Okay,
where
right.
is the
They
boat?
brought this new ship in to help with the hotels and to help out with the poor old immigrants that want to come to this country.
Yeah.
Anyway, now they put a ship in. I think, don't quote me, but I think it's now in Southampton dockyard.
Right.
It's in one of them anyway. But it only holds 11 or 1,200 people. And I jokingly asked around my granddad, who's 89, and my mum, and I said, "Oh, that'd be filled up within a day." My granddad was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Well, it will be."
Yeah, it
So
won't take
if
2
there's
minutes. But
obviously,
what happened to the prison ship that used to have parked down Portland? Is that still being used?
the what? Sorry.
There used to be a prison ship down in Portland. Originally, it was a
Uh,
hospital ship that they used, but they turned it into a prison ship. I know because my mate was on it back in 1999, 2000. I wonder if that was still around because that would have housed them, but they probably would have said that it was unfair
not
against their
suitable.
civil fucking bollocks.
Probably been decommissioned by
Yeah,
now, to be
I can
fair.
imagine some do-gooder would come along and go, "No, we can't allow that." The other thing, obviously, you brought up with drugs. Now, I've got a question for you because obviously you're a lorry driver.
Eels.
So, is there any? I know it's obviously a little bit smaller for the white man side of it.
Mm.
Is there any companies you know that do not do random drug tests?
Many.
Well, there's many of them that do not do that, or there's many that do it.
Put it this way, my entire career, if you were going to a big firm to start, right,
Yeah.
free agency. So if you were going to say, for instance, like Kalina, Tesco's, all the big stores like that, they will drugs
Okay.
test you, right? The little
Okay.
ones don't give a fuck. They just want to get your bum on a
Right.
seat and get you out. So,
Right.
but
Okay.
while I'm not
That's
saying
what
that
I-
anybody driving a truck should be off their face on some, I'm not, obviously.
Yeah,
It's
no,
common
it's only
sense.
'cause my brother does it only for like his medicine, but he's just been sacked from his job because he's called in sick 3 times in a year. So they've obviously binned him off.
What fucking you're driving a wagon, they've binned him off for 3 sicknesses. That's fucking illegal.
Yeah, in 1 year, he's got an abscess size of King Kong. His mouth's out like anything. They said, "No, you're sacked. By the way, we want you to work a week's notice." He
Fuck
basically
'em.
told them where you can jog on. He's basically turned around and said, "Well, you just sacked me. I'm off." See
Yeah,
you later.
To
Right,
be honest,
coming
mate, if they've
back.
sacked him for 3 times being sick in a year, that I think is unfair dismissal. He needs to get a citizen's
Well-
advice on that one, mate.
Well, this is anyway. So obviously we've got our own family business, so he's obviously now coming with us.
Right.
But obviously, he wants to obviously go back driving. He enjoys it. I'm like, well, you know, I'm sure there'd be companies that you can do it for. But
Right. Well, being
apparently all the
discreet,
ones
what
he
does he
looked
do?
at
Does he do smoke or class A's?
Smoke.
Right. Well, he's just
No,
going to
he's
have
not
to
Class A,
take.
that's more mine.
He'll have to take a
Mine's more
month
class
off the stuff, right? Put it this way, I don't have a problem with weed if it's in moderation, right? End of.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it sticks to your fat cells and stays in your system for a month. That's why
Exactly.
everybody in
This is
prison went
what-
over onto heroin, didn't they? Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it didn't last so long, which is mad, but they are. No, if somebody's just having one at a night time or 2 at a night time and then going to bed, I can't see the fucking problem. But
This
there is a
but
law.
obviously they're doing drug tests, and obviously he's like, I can't do it because they've sacked me.
Well, can he manage
But
to
he
get
said,
off it
obviously,
for a
yeah, I
month?
won't employ him, not sack him, but I won't employ him. So
Yeah, if he could manage to stay clean for a month, get the job, and then budget.
yeah.
But other than that, no.
Yeah. But also, when you was on about the drug situation, Amsterdam obviously banned weed in Amsterdam. They banned it for 2 months. They banned it for. They were like, right, we're going to ban it. They lost so much tax off of it. They went, fuck this. We're going back to this. We're taxing it again, and we're going back to this.
Yeah, well, at the
So,
end of the
yeah,
day, there's a lot of money to be
tax
made
in
out of it.
England, I mean, flaming out. I mean, can you imagine if they was to stop alcohol, for argument's sake? I mean, if we use, particularly speaking, we use a beer, so Foster's, Carlin, Guinness, whatever beer you want to use, we use that as Class B, and then you go to your whiskies and your spirits, that's Class A. You know what I mean? Because technically, a beer wasn't going to kill you. Whiskey, a bottle of whiskey would. You know what I
I've
mean?
seen
You're
people that
looking
when
at
they went
one-
onto the top shelf, they got dramatically worse because they could put away
yeah,
more.
I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, I've had my stomach pumped 3 times. I mean, I'm 36 now, but I've had my stomach pumped out 3 times. In my younger days, when I'm like, yeah, I can drink like anything.
Mate, I saw a bloke who didn't get their stomach pumped and they were dead the next day. So you're fucking lucky,
Yeah.
really. And we were wanting to get him
So-
his stomach pumped. We were 18. Nobody was listening to us. They were all adults. And we were kids, or they thought.
Yeah.
And yeah, the cunt died. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Dave,
Fair
you
enough.
like having a smoke, don't you?
Normal cigarettes, mate, more than anything.
Oh, but mate, do you remember that live stream when you had one stuffed on you?
It was forced on me.
Oh, well, yeah, I
Felt
suppose
like
you couldn't run away, could you?
I felt like a fucking bastard. Cunt.
Ready to cut his leave off.
You fucking wait till later, you cunt.
Dave with a spliff hanging out of his fucking leaves, right? Set of headphones on and abusing callers. Fucking what a wonderful stream that was.
It was quite
Oh, no.
brilliant, I will admit.
Yeah, so I would legalize drugs, and I would. How could you test and it with regards to weed and say, well, that person's under a certain amount? Because I don't know if there is a test that could do that.
Yeah, there is. I mean, apparently, my brother, bless him, he's been caught twice, obviously driving. And apparently, if he gets caught a 3rd time, then obviously he can lose his license and all that.
Yeah, and if
But
the traffic
it's
commissioner
weird,
finds
but-
out, oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, it's just a load of BS. I mean, I look at it as that, but the way the world's gone, I mean, the way this country's gone, I mean, personally for me, I don't think this is the greatest country in the world anyway, but that's my personal opinion. But yeah, everyone's different.
I think basically every country around the world now either fucked as ours, if not more fucked. So
Yeah, I think we are honestly. Personally, for me, I think we're one of the worst ones though, because we allow it. But if you look at Australia, for argument's sake, they certainly wouldn't allow these non-English to come in illegally. I mean, I don't mind the legal ones. The legal ones coming in, I don't mind. I'm not that bad with them because they've done it the legal channel. They've done all their.
they went through
No
the hard.
problem.
They went through the hard work, and if you, the thing is, if you come in here legally, it gives us an indication that you actually respect the law and that you'll respect the law ongoing. You know,
Well, I've got friends of mine who are Romanian, Hungarian, sorry, back on to them, Hungarian, and I lived with them, and they were lovely as hell and everything. But you tell them about an immigrant coming in that hasn't gone through the legal way, they're worse than the Brits. And
yeah, because they're
Jesus
cunts that
Christ.
struggled. I mean, I work with
Like, we did it the
3
legal way, why can't
Romanians.
they? I'm like,
And what they do is they organize you, right? They say, you lot are working too fucking hard here. Here's what we're going to do. We're all going to keep in contact and we're all going to make sure that we get the same amount of loads. That way the boss can't have a go, right? And we're not going to have anybody rushing like a fucking idiot, breaking all the driving rules and everything else to try and get more than the next. And it makes sense. But, you know, they get organized and they won't let themselves be taken for a ride. And I think that actually went against when they got them over here, they thought, oh, that's fucking, they're not used to this money. We'll work the fuck out of these poor bastards for this money. And they got clued up pretty fucking quick. And now we're here
thing is,
and we're most of your workforce. We are going to work to rule and you will pay us. And that's it. So fair play.
I mean, it sounds bad, but I mean, it's annoying, really. I mean, I'm too late now, really, to think about it. Like, in theory, I'm certainly going to tell my nephew and other people, younger generation. I mean, there was a guy who was an ex-kickboxer. He's in trouble all the time in the press. His name, and he's got a brother that's been in prison. They was arrested a while ago. They're trying to shut him down and ban him off YouTube and all that. Anyway, I think his name in a minute. It's kickboxer anyway. And he said that all the white people, not just the British, but all the white people are quite daft because we all go out if we've got 3 or 4 brothers or 2 brothers or whatever, or 2, 3 family members. We'll all go out and buy our own houses individually. We won't put all our money together as a family and go, right, there's one house. Let's go and build it there and then go and get another. We're all.
That's
I mean,
what the
I'm
West
terrible
Indians had to do
for
when
it.
they came here originally because nobody gave them a loan. So they put all of their money into a pot and bought the first house and then carried on like that. By the guy you're thinking about is Tate, isn't it?
That's it.
It's Andrew
That's
Tate.
his name. But yeah, Henry. But yeah, I was just like, and when you come out of it, and I'm like, that's bloody true, that is. What did we think about when we were younger? Like, we could have put all our money together. We could have had, well, we could have been sorted.
Well, why is it
We
certain
ain't got to worry about
banks?
looking at the bread line.
Certain banks sell their mortgages to cater for Muslims who aren't allowed to pay. Is it they're not allowed to pay interest or something like that?
Right. Talking about banks, obviously you said you've not listened to any news recently.
Hmm.
Has the plant heard much news about Nigel Farage?
Dave,
Not much, mate. I've not been paying attention
what
when
has
it
he
comes
got?
to
His
the
bank?
politics.
Weren't they
No,
saying something
no,
along the lines of
nothing.
that he didn't have enough money or something? Some problem like that. It's bullshit.
Apparently he's not got enough money, according to what Piers Morgan said. But 10 other banks
Supposedly.
have all rejected him now as well, including NatWest, Santander, and all the loads of. There's 10 more that have basically said, no, we don't want your business either.
But didn't
your
they fire him
politics."
off because of the links to terrorism? That was their bullshit.
Yeah, well, they're
Supposedly.
learning him off of all sorts. But what I'm getting at is they're doing it with him.
Who's
Then-
next?
I mean, fair play to you, because you've got the balls to put your face online. I mean, I say it on here, and I say it on other platforms, but obviously nobody sees my face. But can you imagine if me, you, and the general Joe Blog was they wouldn't give us a bank?
Well,
you know what I mean?
if
And
I
you've
lost
got-
my bank, then I would work for a guy who paid me cash, right? And I would go down to the estate agents and I would pay them cash, and that would be that. And I would go cash. It
Yeah.
would be a pain in the ass. It really would. But
That's what I mean.
I've got cash stashed away because you just
that's
don't
what I
know.
said to you the other week. Well, it's like I said to you the other week. I've got a certain amount of money that's in a tin, and it's hid away deliberately for a rainy day because I'm obviously self-employed,
Mm.
and I've got to think logically, because otherwise, I mean, I'll give you another example. My nan died in February. Obviously we're going through all that. My granddad's 89. Now he's just lost his sister who was 86. So anyway, she's just obviously now passed. Funeral was Friday, just gone. I was speaking with her grandson, who's near the same age as me. Anyway, we were talking, and he said, "How much do you reckon the government took a week after she went? A week after she passed? Obviously, his granddad's already gone." I went, "It depends on how much you got, because the government can take 40% of whatever you had."
Death
So,
duties.
I don't know, 40, yeah, that basically tax of it. If you got more than 350 grand, then government can take 40%. So I'm like,
How's
mate,
that ever?
40 grand did
That's
they
fucking
take?
theft. End of.
Hold on. Yeah, it gets worse. It's the week after she went. They
Right.
didn't pay for the funeral at this point. They just took the money straight out of her. They gave him a letter and said, "You must pay it within a week. If you're not, we're taking the court and all this lot." So anyway, the bill was 70,000. Anyway,
God.
they took that
Whoa.
within a week. Anyway, so obviously the grandchildren are that fuming. So now obviously my granddad's obviously 89. So we've now got to look at how can we avoid this through
Right.
that. So now I'm a month now on my granddad's big bank accounts.
Well,
It's crazy.
the plant lost somebody
Yeah.
lately, so he's got some experience of this.
Right,
No.
I'll tell you. Right, first of all, the reason why they do it in this sort of way is because it's classified as inheritance tax. Okay, rightio.
Yep.
If you want to avoid such detail, you want to put it in as a trust, and you want to become a beneficiary of said
That's
trust.
what my mum's now done. Yeah, my mum's now done that, mate. She's now gone into my granddad's bank, NatWest, and gone onto his bank account. So now that my mum and my granddad are now joint with the bank, with his
Yes.
bank. So with his account. So that way, then if
Yes.
anything does happen to my granddad, hopefully it
Right?
don't,
Can I
anything
just butt
does
in a
happen to my
second?
granddad, let's say-
Rotten. I'm not
it's
touching your
fine.
comments, mate. I would suspect that it's the all-seeing, the all-knowing, providing YouTube fucking playing up here, mate.
Mhm.
The only
That's
people.
crazy.
Right, they're not on my screen. I'll tell you what, YouTube. Every time he makes a comment, I'll put it up on here on screen so every fucker can see it. How'd you like those apples? Fucking wankers.
It is, mate. It's crazy how the world's going now. I mean, I know you've got the inheritance tax and that, but it's just ridiculous. Do you know if that counts for your property as well? Does that not count for
Yep.
that as well?
They account
So
for
that-
anything of the
includes-
state.
So the 350 includes the house.
Yep.
What the house is worth.
Yep. So she's got
Based-
money in the bank and the house. Once it's allotted
gra-
to above a set amount, they'll fucking rip through it like fucking piranha
Yeah.
through fucking chicken.
Well, again, I mean, my
It's-
granddad, he's got, the house that I'm currently sat in at the moment. This is, sorry, I said 450.
Well, it's classified as as a state,
illegal.
or anything that the person owns is classified under that person's name. So anything within there is classified as the estate. You see what I'm saying? So basically, if it's
Yeah,
all put into a
crazy.
trust, all of it, it's then null and void for the actual side of things when it comes to the taxation.
Can I just butt in a second and let you carry on a sec? Right. Basically, if you're looking at the chat, you've got live chat and you've got top chat. I think you need to go to live chat, not top chat, and then you'll see your comments more. It's one of those gay fucking things that I didn't know about. There you go.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, though. I mean, like I say, it's just, yeah, it's a learning experience for everyone. But yeah, it's just very eye-opening, especially when you're
Yeah.
going through a traumatizing thing, and then you've got
Yes, it
thinking
is.
about fucking money, and you're like, hold on a minute, what? You're not thinking about money at this point. I'm not thinking about fucking
Yeah.
grieving.
Tell me about it. They all come out of the bloody woodwork. As soon as someone dies,
Yeah, and then,
they all come out of the woodwork, wanted this, wanted that, wanted the other.
yeah,
I've already been
Yeah.
through it. I know exactly what the fucking deal is.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
People you haven't heard
it's
of for
crazy,
fucking
though.
years got their fucking bowl out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, apparently, I mean, it's quite bad, really. I mean, if you was to get, I mean, I wouldn't do it personally because I don't believe in it personally. But I say I don't believe in it. It's facts, but I don't want to do it. You've got the amount of people that go, if you donate to a charity, then that won't be taxed. Well, why not? It's business. I know. Obviously, people go, "Well, charity's not a charity." Well, charity's not a business. Of course, it's a business.
Yeah. Well,
One of the biggest businesses on the fucking market.
I mean, if you look right at things like what they call it, Glastonbury Festival, right? They register themselves as a charity because they can get away with not paying anywhere near as much tax. Clever,
Yeah.
really, isn't it? And they do give money to
Well, you've got-
charity.
You go to the local high street, any high street, I don't care where you live, especially down where I live, certainly. And I would have said in Waterlooville precinct, I would have said 80% of the shops now are charity shops. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know Waterlooville.
Yeah, yeah.
And 80% of them now is 100% of them is either charity shops, coffee shops, or hairdressers.
It's just like
got
basically
nothing
a
else.
car boot sale with a roof, isn't it? You know what I mean? So that's
You've got nothing else here.
yeah. And
If you-
Waterlooville
anybody with a
used to be
haircut.
busy, didn't it? Where is it? I went
Yeah.
the other day. I think it might have been down Waterlooville, and there were fucking loads of foreigners down there.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't
my
fucking
granddad,
recognize this place. And there were alcoholics wandering around at like fucking 9 in the morning, can chasers.
Yeah.
What?
We went to work. We went to work 2 days ago. My mum was driving. And we went through Cosham, obviously driving. There was a bloke sat on a bench with a can of beer. And Mum went, "It's 8:30 in the morning." I was like, "We started early."
Isn't it?
I was like, "Oh, that all started late." I
Not
said,
finished.
I said,
Yeah.
I said, "Well, technically late." I said, "Because pubs opened an hour ago." Well, she went, "No, they didn't." I went, "Yeah, they did. Wetherspoons opened an hour ago."
Yeah, I mean, Witherspoons used to have it 7 o'clock in the morning. You get the fucking bloke in there with a short rattling away, still faintly stinking of fucking stale piss, right? And he's got a pint chaser, and he's desperately trying to get rid of the fucking horrible feeling from coming down off last night's fucking unbelievable. I don't know how these people can function because I just simply can't do it. If I did 2 days on the
but
piss, after that, I'm dead.
Yeah, but it's also, I mean, I had somebody come up to me. I was 23 at the snow. I was older than that. I was 21 at the time. I think how old I was then. 21 at the time. Somebody come up to me, really strange, quite to me, man. Do you not think it's a bit early to be drinking at this time of the day? And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I said, "It probably is for you." I said, "It's 8 o'clock in the morning for you." He went, "Well, what time is it for you then?" I said, "Well, technically for me," I said, "It's 8 o'clock at night for me." And he went, "Pardon?" I said, "Well, I've just done a night shift." I said, "What have you just done?"
Innit? I mean, if
So
you,
this is
I
really
understand
quite
that night
nice.
workers want a pint after work, even though it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Their day's topsy turvy. I get that.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
that was what my
where
attitude was about. But you know the ones that obviously like you're the ones that literally wake up and want a beer. But
fuck me. He says they drink walking their kids to school. Fuck that. That's rough, isn't it?
He said they banned. I mean, it's not drink, but they banned children, or parents, not children. Sorry, they banned the parents from taking their children to school in their pajamas. There was a big note. My nephew had it a while ago.
Where did that start first? Was it
all
Wales or is
parents-
it in fucking? I don't know where it was because I went over to Wales delivering it the first time. I was in the, I think it was a rough part of fucking either Cardiff or there was a rough part of Swansea, and they were wandering down there or whatever in their fucking tits off hanging out in their night clothes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what in the name of fuck am I witnessing here? Just
Well, Asda's in Waterloo, well, the Hope Market, where big Asda's in Havant, they put a sign up on the window. We will not accept you if you come in your pajamas. Please put proper clothes on.
fair fucking play to him, and rightly
Why
so.
would you want to go out? I mean, no offense, what would you want to go out in your pajamas for? Like, what is wrong with these people? Like, they must be brought up wrong. They must be brought up like. I
No,
don't
it's
know,
called.
maybe-
It's called idolitis. They can't be fucking asked to get ready.
Yeah, I mean, at least you put your
Yeah, but-
soil on properly before you go out, don't you? You know
I've
what I
got
mean?
to look. I've got to look fucking
Yeah,
decent.
but-
No, fucking hell, I can't just be with fucking soil here, there, and everywhere, and not looking with fucking tip-top shape. You know
We
what I
are
mean?
going to have to update your picture because A, you're bigger. B,
Well, yeah,
you've got a new bowl, by the way. So
fucking diabolical.
actually, let's just take this picture here. We'll get you your new bowl, and I'll
You'd be,
put. You two talk amongst yourselves a second. I'll be back.
he's been fucking. He's been
Yeah,
fucking
the world's
playing with
gone
me,
nuts,
hasn't he?
right? But like I say, I know what you mean about. Sorry, I know what you mean about the old bereavement side of it, and I know what you mean about people coming out the woodwork. Fuck me, they come out the woodwork like I can
Yeah.
shit for a blanket when somebody goes.
It's this is the thing. It's like with some of these companies, you'll end up getting what's it called, from the hospital. You'll end up getting I can't remember what it's fully called. It happened a little while ago for me. Basically, you'll end up getting this book
Okay.
after someone's passed, and there'll be a load
Yeah,
of numbers in
we
there.
had it.
Yeah, one call, I think it's called. They'll end up doing everything,
Yeah,
and
but
before you know it, you'll end up getting someone come through to you from like a debt collection
Well,
company that will end up sorting it all out, basically, for you
yeah,
and stopping
Yeah,
anything
we've
else
had
that comes
one-
through.
yeah. Because we had one. Do you want counselling and all this lot? Where like we charge only this, and it's like what? Like these people are they're on it like shit like blanket, and you're like, can you go away? I don't want your crap now. But yeah, they're like, oh, you're going through this. Do you want counselling? And I'm like, what? But they're vultures. That's what they are. They're vultures.
It is. But any debts that the person had die anyway. They can't touch. They can't
Yeah,
touch it.
that's, I mean, I laughed around my mum today because obviously we was laughing around about money, and I said I'm gonna when I know that I'm coming if I know my time's coming to the end, I'm deliberately gonna put all my money into a trust fund to you or to whoever when obviously I'm gone or when before I know I'm going, and I said I'm gonna write so much debt. So much that it's going to be wanting, they're going to want to call the police out on me and get me arrested. And when I go, I'm going to be basically laughing at them.
Yeah, I think if you chuck too much money over towards family, they end up wanting to tax that.
Well,
Yeah, well, that's
because of
all
that
right.
reason.
Yeah, well,
long-
they can tax it on that. But if I withdraw it from the bank before obviously I know I'm going and
Mhm.
draw it out as cash and then spend it, cut the quid here, cut the quid there, cut the quid here, cut the quid there, you know, who's going to notice? You know what I mean? If I gave you, hypothetically speaking, I gave both of you two 10 grand each, right? You then did your monthly shop or your weekly shop. Over 2 years, you spent 10 grand just on food.
Fucking electric bill, just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
I'm all for people using their heads because I believe that people are being absolutely mugged. Dave, I've sent you pictures over. I don't know what you think of them, mate. That's as good as I can get.
Yeah,
them,
you got to screw these
Yeah, they're
people. But like I say, the amount of them that come out the woodwork that want to have you on it, they're all ripping you off. They're all trying to have you, and they're playing with your, they're playing with your emotions as well because you're grieving. So yeah,
Hang on a minute.
they
So-
are not very nice. But yeah, but anyway, I'll let you boys go.
no worries,
And
mate.
hopefully we can stop these immigrants coming in.
Wouldn't it be
I'd
fucking
blow the boats
nice?
up personally. I'd blow the boats up personally. I'd do what Australia
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
I'd
we gotta
crack
watch
the
what we
place
say
up,
there.
But
Yeah, you know what I mean.
but Australia did. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I will let you boys go. Have a good one.
No worries, mate. You take it steady. I think
Oh,
Dave's just gone to update his picture, and then I think he'll come back on as the new and improved Dave.
No worries.
There you go. Yeah, call in again,
right,
mate.
have a good one, mate.
I'm gonna try to do one Saturday night if I can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to do. I mean, I didn't notice this was even on until I put my YouTube on, and I went, "Oh, Reverend Sideways is on." Or Reverend's on. Obviously, Sideways one's not on, but Reverend's on.
Yeah, most people don't get
So,
notified because it's wonderful like that, isn't it? I mean, by pure
Yeah.
luck, 153 people are watching at the moment, which is fucking amazing. Give it up for that.
As I said, they're trying to ban everyone that's got an opinion that they don't like.
Yeah,
If you were left wing completely, and you believed in all that lot, then you'll be fine.
I think they're getting censored as well. Do you remember that white van man?
Are they?
Or Van Man Talks, whatever his name is.
Van Man Talks.
He, even though he's on the left, he got problems as well. And I said, yeah, well, they're coming for all of us now. Yeah, they're going after the left as well. Don't forget, they don't want anybody telling anything. Well, what if the left got clued up and then started saying stuff?
Yeah. Well, then obviously, I know you don't follow football, but they're now trying to get women's football. They're trying to get non-gender people into that, or the that lot into that. Obviously, the women's football, we don't want these. But
Well, right. I mean,
yeah,
can you imagine? You get yourself what was a bloke who's a fair old lump, now dressed as a woman, going in hard in a tackle. They're gonna fucking feel it, isn't they?
well, it's not just that. Can you imagine getting changed and whatever? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Fuck it. It's too confusing to comprehend, isn't it?
Fucking built like a fucking Sherman tank.
Body, I mean, I don't know you go to the gym, but I'm one of these. I'll put the towel around me. Especially when I'm going swimming, I'll put the towel around me. I'll take my shorts off with the towel around me, put my underwear on with the towel around me, and then remove the towel.
Yeah, it's modesty, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm not worried about my body, but you don't know if anyone's with you in there and you don't know if they're straight, gay. And I'm like, no, fuck that shit. Not that I've got a problem with that, but I'm like, I don't really want you seeing my body.
To be honest, I mean,
So,
I when I get changed, I don't when I'm at the gym. Whereas I go to the gym before work, then I'm going to sweat all day anyway, so I don't bother having a fucking shower at the gym. I have one when I get back because I'm going to get stinky.
I have one at the gym.
Yeah,
Saves on the electric. It saves on the gas bill.
Right. Yeah. Fucking R5, it will 5:15 in the morning. I just want to get the fuck out of the place and get to work and then get beasted for another 10 hours.
Yeah, see, I was looking at saving it on the electric on the gas bill, so that's how we were looking at it.
Yeah, well, that's another way of doing it. So yeah, fair one. But yeah, fuck it. I mean, I've been now 10 times. So my app tells me I've been to the gym 10 times in total, and my weights have gone up quite a few times. I've gone up 4 times on one particular exercise, 3 on another. Some I've added new exercises to it.
It makes you feel better. It makes you feel happier as well. I think it does anyway, don't it, exercise?
Sorry, I've got somebody asking me to watch the link they sent me, and yet the other day they were going to report me to YouTube and get me banned. Yeah,
That's what we call a rap.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
that's what we call a rap.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah. I was going to go to the police as well and get me arrested. Bless. Anyway, yeah. Well, you take it steady.
Anyway,
call back next time.
I've got to go because my dinner's going to be on table in 2 minutes, so I'm going to go.
All right, mate. You take it steady. All right.
We'll get your scoff.
See you in a bit. Do these places have cubicles? Some do, some don't. Depends, really. They're not many though.
Do you think this is a fucking lie, though?
Oh, this is unavailable. Right. You've got to be signed in to comment, apparently, with YouTube. You can't just watch it and not be signed in to comment. I don't know why that is, but it is.
It's to stop spamming and all that sort of lot, basically. That's all it is.
Rev, what is the best way to get rid of a big bowl of unused batter? Dilute it down the sink or scoop it into a bag and throw it at a recent... Oh, shit. No comment. No point in cubicle. Some twat will drill a hole in the wall. Dinner, it's only 4 p.m. Some people start early. Yeah, so, you got your new picture now, Dave. What do you reckon? Bit bigger now, aren't you?
It's about fucking time.
with your stunning new bowl. All right.
Fucking look like the 16th fucking century here.
I had more soil in there, but it did get infested with the flies. So
You,
I
fucking
hoovered that fucking stuff out, and now I've got to get some more soil that isn't. So at the moment, you're sort of half full. There you are.
See this, it's like being in the fucking concentration camp with this man. I tell you.
What? I'll put you in the window and get you baked. Hey, mate,
Yeah.
every time I put you in the window, all your leaves start fucking heading towards that window. So I've got to keep spinning you around, otherwise you look lopsided. Anyway, healthy.
I'm trying to get to the fucking sand. It's good for me. What do you fucking want?
Yeah, but you will end up like this.
Yeah.
But you don't want to look like that. You'd end up looking like some tree on a windy hillside, mate. I'm trying to get you filled out both sides, otherwise you look like you're fucking disabled. Can't have that. And then we'll get you down the gym, bench pressing weights. What, son, get you, eh?
Something like fucking dungeon of fucking Alcatraz here. Fucking dark, gloomy.
It's just fuck off. You get loads of sun, you do. Windy and moaning, right? Seriously. Hello.
Are we having Friday off again?
A little bit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
In it? Yeah. You're not though. You're driving, aren't you?
Yes, bloody well am. I'm stuck in fucking traffic. Everybody going everywhere. What the fuck?
Well, the worst day to be on the road is today.
Yes, I'm realising that. And I'm still going to go and get my flower.
So have you got any interesting news stories you want to talk about?
Did you watch that video I worded you up
I
about,
haven't
about
yet.
the Andrew
I
Tate
haven't.
we were on about earlier?
But the Andrew Tate bit saying he can't wait for England to be taken over by the Mozzies wasn't very fucking impressive.
Yeah, that is quite annoying. But that's one thing I don't like about him, with the Quran and all that. But yeah, I was just flicking through me feeds and I was like, no, sermon's on the day off again.
Don't judge me.
And how's the plan?
Ask Dave how he is. Dave?
What do you fucking want, you cunt? Fucking had enough of you already. You've only been on the phone fucking a minute. Not even fucking 30 seconds you've already fucking disturbed me.
So you fucking rattled the plant now, mate.
You miserable fucking have you given baby bio or what?
I haven't. What, would you give him baby bio? You fucking tear the place apart. It's like giving steroids to a fucking junkie, isn't it? You're gonna do that. Is Dave a government plant? Dave, answer that.
No comment, Your Honour.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I didn't realise he's got recording devices in him.
Somebody's just set me fucking radar off by jumping in front of me.
Yeah, I had that the other day. Yeah, not so good.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if it was recorded or what. I'm thinking, I'm sure he's live.
I am, yeah.
But, yeah.
Well,
What's new?
I had a quiet Friday, and I thought to myself, there's probably a few people that are bored shitless out there, right? Now, here's the thing: we could go and have a look actually on YouTube and just see who's live at the moment and how well they're doing, right? Because bearing in mind, and because I'm going out over 3 channels, I think, and I'm on Facebook and I'm on Twitter today, actually, so it won't give me.
Have you done all this lot, or has someone else actually helped you with this? Going on
I did
Twitter and all
myself.
that sort of lot. Are you fucking sure?
Well, Dafter told me that you could go live on Twitter, so I thought, fuck it, I'll have a gander at that, and you can. Actually, I'll be honest,
You sure
there ain't a lot fucking. So there. Hang on a second. Who's won? WION.
The Indians.
Right. Well, they've got 176 watching. They've got 28 watching on another one, and they've got 159 on another one. So that is pushed.
That nice Indian lady. Yeah, it's like I think it's like a Indian news station. WION.
Let me see if we can find some fucking news channels. The reason I'm saying this, no, because those are all recorded. I was hoping to see if there was anything live. What I'm trying to say is, at the moment, given the fact that my main channel is not being used, and we've got 138 people watching, and nobody gets notified, I think we're doing all right.
small bit of info. I believe you got some Liberal Democrats around your way that have actually just got back in power.
Liberal Democrats, more like a fucking
Yep.
Green Party, mate.
Yeah, Broome and Somerton or something like that.
Well, Somerton's fucking full of inbreds anyway. If you've ever been there, it's like the fucking hills have eyes. And they speak a weird language to each other. I can't understand. Get back, I think it was about 15 years ago. I was delivering down there with a mate. We went into a house and they were a little bit like shifty eyes, you know what I mean? And the mum was in there and the kitchen was fucked. And we had to plumb in this cooker and we couldn't do it because the system wasn't up to date and it wasn't proper earthed and all the rest of it, right? Trying to tell them that, right? And this bloke outside and she goes, and he goes, and I'm like, fuck me, we got a couple of nutters here. Well, I just thought it was just I'd pick the only nutter house in Somerton, which would be my luck. And then there's some mush walking across the road who look normal, and he shouts out on something. I couldn't understand a fucking word of it, right? And this other thing, I don't know, talks back to it in fucking chimp form. And I went to my mate, I said, get the shit together, get it in the back of the van, we're going. And we just blew it out and fucked it off before we got out of life. But yeah, it's a bit weird. But yeah,
Evolution of man.
or the lack of.
Well, yeah.
So the thing is, Dave, you
Early
should run
stage.
Russian politics. I think you'd be a good fucking political leader.
Probably.
Oh, you know.
I mean,
Fucking
I have to
knows
deal
what
with
it is,
Larn,
Dad.
with the accent of Larn every fucking day.
The accent of what, love?
Larn,
Warren.
where we're based out in Larn, and some of the lads are that broad, you can't understand the flaming words to say.
Larne's near bloody Swindon. It's on the way there, isn't it?
No, Belfast.
Oh, Larne. Ah, right. Yeah, they're a bit strong. Yeah,
Larn.
it's a bit fucking strong. Right. I've just gone into Haram's channel just to see if there's any news that we could talk about.
Oh, fuck.
Meta, Google, and OpenAI promise the White House they'll develop. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at that.
AI.
Yeah.
Can we not
Jesus Christ.
leave AI alone before it fucks us over?
Well, no, they want to fuck us over. That's why they've got it. Meta, Google, and OpenAI promise the White House they'll develop AI responsibly. And what does that mean exactly? 7 companies have all agreed to invest in cybersecurity and roll out watermarking systems. I thought I was going somewhere else. The White House is bringing in AI's top 7 companies Friday to make a series of voluntary promises to protect users. In other words, spy on users.
Yeah,
The
more
companies
like
Amazon, Anthropic, Google, Inflection Media, Microsoft, and OpenAI have all agreed a series of asks from the White House to address many of the risks posed by artificial intelligence. The promise consists of investments into cybersecurity, discrimination research, and new watermarking system informing users when content is AI generated. The companies have entered into these agreements voluntarily, so there is currently no consequences if they fail to live up to their promises. Many of these comments or commitments are not expected to roll out on Friday, but the companies are expecting to work on implementing them immediately. There you go. So, what can you say?
If they roll out AI, will it not just like run itself, and that's been the issue, and then realise that the main problem with the planet is us?
Yep, pretty much.
That's what I fear. It's like, well, if we get rid of these flaming monkeys, then everything will be hunky dory. So let's get rid of the problem. Us.
Well, as soon as AI has control of everything, every system that we use for everyday function, that'll be the day that they actually go, you know what, fuck it, let's kill them all.
NATO's heading into Asia.
Why am I not fucking surprised?
Remember, should we just have a little look at this? So I'll do some news stories. Actually really push a boat out and do what I was actually meant to do when I first set up this fucking channel. Why is NATO edging into Asia? Members still divided on Indo-Pacific missions seems by some as key to US interest in alliance.
Fucking oil.
Is it Vilnius? Vilnius. Lithuania. The 2023 NATO summit was a glass half full kind of event, said the diplomat from the host nation, Lithuania, as delegates walked away from the gathering held the forest. Right. Anyway, let's just get to the point. The Baltic state
Fuck you,
Um, had taken on the role of host. Actually, this is going to be so much word salad before we actually get anywhere, isn't it? Could unite strong measures to Russia and China, twice invaded by the Soviet Union, more recently on the receiving end of Chinese economic coercion for allowing the opening of a Taiwanese representative office. Lithuania had much experience in, but fuck knows, it's non-story, isn't it?
Why are we messing with China when really they're getting their asses handed to them by Russia?
Good question. Why do NATO always poke the bear? Why are NATO telling our little cocaine sniffing fucking piano playing with this idiot that they should be using nuclear weapons?
It's as simple as fucking this. Basically, you've got your the manufacturers that create weapons, okay? They then tell, obviously, our politicians, we want a war because we want you to buy more weapons and more fucking ammunition and whatever else to cause more war so we can then make more fucking money and pay you off. It's as simple as that.
Soldier denies British bomb hoax. Oh dear. Heard about that?
It's for democracy. That's what it's all about. It's all about democracy. And that's why the Ukrainians don't get a vote until the war's been finished. Like that. How the fuck does that work? Like, we've got democracy, but you don't get a vote.
Sorry, you actually think we've got democracy?
It's fictional democracy. No. Makes you think you're a free person, even though you are not.
Mate, we're about as free as you are, and you're stuck in a fucking pot.
It's your fault for that.
Well, I couldn't put you anywhere else, could I?
At least most of the time I'm surrounded by water.
I want to fucking spread my roots, but no.
Well, here we go. What to do if you've been debanked the Free Speech Union? So that's now a thing. When when Courts Bank told Nigel Farage it was closing his account, it said it was for commercial reasons. But it was then told the BBC business editor Simon Jack that it was because he had insufficient funds in his account. A subsequent subject access request made by Farage revealed neither of those was real. What to do if you've been debanked? So there you go. The information is out there in case you do get debanked. Personally, I don't know. Would they bother with little fucking people? They'll go after the bigger ones first.
It's just...
I was going to say, I know I should care, but it's Farage, so fuck him.
Well, the point is, if they do it to him and they've done it to Tommy Robinson, who else are going to do it to?
It's to show the figurehead, basically, people that we would look up to, for example. If they can do it to them, they can do it to us quite easily. It's just a show of force. That's all it is.
Hang on a minute.
I can debank yourself or just pay my credit cards.
Well, exactly.
I don't need a corporation to
just reading through some of these stories. What has this bird done by gaslighting people? If it's a Telegraph, I won't be able to read this. Gillian Keegan gaslights families by claiming schools were not shut down. No, were not shut during lockdown. Hey,
fucking come again! Don't say that in English.
Let me. Oh, I can't read anymore because I've got to fucking pay to subscribe to the cunt. That's
for no reason. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, this is going to sting. Oh, it's a fucking Guardian again, so I can't read it. It says, King Charles to receive huge pay rise from UK taxpayers.
Oh, yeah, I heard that this morning.
So what's the... I got it. The details published at the Treasury shows royal family's grant is expected to increase from 86 million to 125 million. Oh, what's he struggling to keep the lights on at fucking wherever it is? Where does he stay? In Buckingham. He doesn't even like that place, does he?
Windsor or fucking Balmoral or fucking basically.
Yeah,
either or.
Tories hold on to
Probably
Boris's
that.
old seat after backlash at Sadiq Khan's hated ULEZ plan. Labour panic as war on drivers crashes. Uxbridge hopes, but Rishi Sunak suffers 2 by-election disasters, losing huge majority in Selby, and Lib Dems take Somerton. There you go. You were right.
Well, yeah, I'll have that. But
Somerton and Froome. Fuck.
Yeah.
So, Liberal Democrats at 54.62%, Conservative at 26%, and I'm assuming that is the Green Party at 10.7%. So, the Green Party, as we like to call them, watermelons. Green on the outside, red on the inside.
No, that's just a fucking disrespect to bots.
So, it says here, ULEZ helps Tories keep Boris's seat. Okay.
Yeah, but ULEZ is a paper tiger to bring in road prices.
All right. Greta
Okay.
Thunberg statue removed from outside University of Winchester.
Yay!
So the statue that cost 20 grand's been fucking removed. Oh well.
Can we throw it in the fucking drink like the one in Bristol?
What's this one say? David Carrot was finally jailed for life in February for 49 offences, including 24 rapes, during his 20 years police career, during which he came to the attention of police a number of times. I wonder if they were covering up shit he was up to. And if so, why would you want to do that?
I don't
Well,
know.
that's what they do. If you're of a certain persuasion.
Right. Oh, this is another one. Newsnight banking commentator is a Farage-hating Ramona crank. Yet again, the BBC is failing its basic duty to provide transparency to viewers in a discussion about Nigel Farage debanking. So it's got here, tick. Farage, a hardcore racist. Farage, leavers are suckers. Tick, wants to deport Suella. Tick, self-described Ramona. Yeah, why do they keep digging up the same fucking Egypts? And why is it they only get people from the centre of London who are fucking predominantly left-wing anyway? Can we not have some people from outside of London that aren't left-wing?
It's because they've got fuck all else to do.
Right way. The wrong
Whoa.
thinkers.
Whoa.
We don't want to live here from people that think wrongly.
So Sam Smith's walking around New York in a miniskirt.
Oh my God.
I ain't
Fuck.
that picture on here. Fuck that.
Fucking animal.
Honestly, really?
Oh God. Mental image. No.
Yeah, something you really don't want to see, is it? I mean, whatever. Today, a Labour councillor pleaded guilty to being a paedophile. Do you know what? I always thought that the Conservatives had the most amount of paedophiles, but you would not believe how many are in the Liberals as well, and obviously Labour. So,
Is it not like a government thing?
I'm starting to think that when you fill out or when you read the job, got to be corrupt, got to be narcissistic, sociopathic, got to have fucking no morals, got to be the biggest degenerate going, and got to be subject to bribe or corruption. And we need to get as much filth on you as possible. We'll make you rich and you'll do our bidding. In the meantime, you can have as many kids as you want if you can keep it under wraps. So today, a Labour councillor pleaded, fuck me, it's noisy where you are. You got the window down?
No, windows are up.
No, I don't know.
You
noise
fucking
cancellation worked
noisy
very well there.
cunt.
So today, a Labour councillor pleaded guilty to being a paedophile after the party refused to warn local residents. So they're actively fielding known paedophiles. Let's try. I just hang on a second. This just because I got to make sure I'm going to have somebody else proofread this with me because I'll just fuck it up. Present share screen. There we go.
Jesus Christ.
In it. There we are. So the Labour Party have been asked why they allowed a man to stand as a councillor candidate and then go on to win a seat despite him being arrested 1 month before for possessing indecent images of children. That is
Oh
a
my
good
God.
question, isn't it? I mean,
Fucking not.
surely the party whip would know. Surely the party would know.
Well, surely you would have a fucking background check for a fucking start.
Well,
Surely.
it's not. What's it
Jesus
say?
Christ.
Vote Watch earlier reported that Tom Dewey 36, was charged as part of the NCA investigation into child abuse photographs found at his home. He briefly served as a councillor in Hackney before resigning over the incident, attempting to hide the true reasons by citing personal reasons. What, you've been nicked for being a fucking Robin? Yeah. After years of Labour campaigning, Dewey was elected as a councillor for the Debevour ward. Is that right? Probably got that wrong. In May 22. However, a month before he was elected to the council, in April 2022, the NCA officials detained him at his Hackney house before releasing him while the case was being investigated. As with most resignations relating to one of their politics, the National Labour Party failed to disclose the reasons behind his suspension, worryingly concealing Dewey's paedophilia from the local public. Yeah, that is a question, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, to be honest, you really want to be as open and frank about something, like saying, look, we made a mistake. We didn't realise he was a wrong. And as soon as we realised, we fucked him off. It would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Well, that should be a thing. It shouldn't even be like, look, you're a wrong un. You're in government. We don't want you. See you bye. It's like, no, you're a wrong un. Oh, yeah, you'll do.
No, it's because they're all fucking wrongers. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Is your electric car? No, your electric car is nowhere near as green as you think. I knew it.
Well,
Here
we
are
fucking
the
knew
hidden
that's what we did.
eco pitfalls of the net zero causes pinup. Let's have a look. I'll present because I'm probably going to get this wrong in my reading, as I generally do. It's the pinup of the net zero course set to decarbonize personal transportation and speed us all into a glorious green future. Really. Indeed, under the current government plans, electric will be the only kind of new car we will be allowed to buy in 2035. And even before that, in 2030, the sale of purely petrol or diesel cars will be banned, with hybrids the only fuel-driven option available. Just this week, Sunak announced that Tata Motors, which owns Jaguar Land Rover, will invest $4 billion in a new electric car battery factory in Somerset. Now, that was where I was tipping. Basically, the power coming from Hinkley Point, they put in all these roads across the country so that they could get to where they had to put the pylons up, because they were carrying 130,000 volts, and now they're at 440 or something like this. They just fucking vaporize you on contact. So these were massive pylons that were going up. Anyway, the stone that went down to make this has now been reclaimed, and a load of it, which is called 6F5, which most people wouldn't have a clue, I didn't, has gone down, and they've made huge piles of it down this place, which is in Somerset near Bridgewater. And it used to be an old MOD place where they designed, built, researched, and stored bombs, basically. Anyway, so $4 billion for this new electric car battery factory in Somerset, ordered to power the incoming fleet of e-vehicles. This place is fucking monumental. Massive place it is. There was an explosion there. They got it wrong, basically, and a massive explosion, fucking 50-foot crater, and generally bad things. But is your car, or is the electric car, as green as it appears? True pure electric cars don't have exhaust pipes, so unlike petrol or diesel models, they don't spew out toxic gases as they are driven. But here we go. Let's have a look. Can we make this bigger? No, we can't. Right, so CO2 produced during the manufacture. Fucking hell. So the Volvo XC40, 14 tons of CO2 to produce it. Okay. Unlike the Polestar 2 electric car, I don't know what one of those is, 24 tons. Just beautiful, that is. Right. So 50,000 miles, or twice around the equator, is the distance that electric cars have been to travel to match the carbon footprint of a petrol model. Okay.
I think Jeff did something on this.
So it's got all these little black kitties mining the coal belt, obviously. Tires, they have to have different tires, don't they, because of the weight. The brake system, I don't know, is that You're
Well, it's
thinking
electric motors technically, but
particulate pollution. Tires and brakes produced 2,000 times as much particulate pollution as a car engine. There you are. The typical electric car puts 2.24 more times as much stress on the road surface as the equivalent petrol car, meaning existing potholes face greater damage. Basically, this isn't the great thing that they were promising us, but we'll get you into electric cars, and then what will happen is we'll ban them because of reasons. We'll go back to fuel at a later date, which will make you all buy more vehicles again.
yeah, pretty much.
The problem we've got, right, is when you make cars reliable, I mean, 80,000 miles in a car from the late 70s, early 80s, and you were looking at it was rinsed out. But now you've got cars that'll do 300,000 miles, which means the average person isn't buying more and more cars, which means they have to come about with more rules to make you have to get rid of that car.
Well, then you've then got that, what's it, that old Volvo, the old tank, I do believe it was called. The big square box thing, I can't remember exactly the
What,
full.
the 740 or the 240?
One of the two, I can't remember. You had the estate version and then you had the normal, like, four-door, technically. And there was one of them that did over 1 million miles over the space of like 30 years, I think it was. He got it brand new, and then he took it back to the dealership, and they gave him a brand new car.
Here, have a look at this. Somebody's just put. Well, I got sent this by Joanne. This is the future. Look at that fucking mess outside the house. You walk down that road at night time, you're gonna get fucking garroted. I mean, how is that ever right? Anyway.
So I'm just about to jump off anyway, but I'll leave you with this. Somebody was looking into resale value of used Teslas and the BMWs, Porsches, all these EVs.
Yeah, I bet they ain't worth fuck all, are they?
He's losing about £8,000 off each vehicle.
Fucking.
Right, well, I'll leave you all to it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
No worries, mate. All right, take it steady, and I'll catch you in a bit.
Oh, you fucking
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, that's the only problem with the engine noise that you can hear. Right, what we got here? I've just been sent this. Sharks could be eating dumped cocaine and acting crazy, scientists say. Oh dear.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Mr. Fridge and Microwave. Hello.
Hello, Si.
How is it?
All right.
See, no problem this time.
I'll just turn this down.
So, what's occurring?
Nothing. I've just got up. I'm going to go work at 6 o'clock and do my little cleaning job with me mate.
Nice.
It's not too bad. Listen, I was just watching the Daily Mirror about that portable thing down at Portland. And all
is that where it is? Somebody was saying it's Southampton, and people are saying it could be Portland. So
no, it's at Portland.
So it's basically the old prison.
Yeah, it's off the Portland, the docks.
Yeah, it's where it was. That's where it's always been. I think that there when it was the prison.
Yeah, what gets me is that they're coming back to do this type, and I went into where I live, and do you know what? Where I live in Surrey, there's only one cash point in Leatherhead in Surrey.
And where's that to?
Just because you got.
Yeah, but what is it in a superstore or is it in a high street or?
No, it's outside the WH Smiths.
Because we've still got them on all the banks here and the petrol stations and stuff.
We got one cash point card, and you got the post office that will do cash back to you. But apart from that, there's nothing.
Somebody said, did that thing get refused docking permission? And if so, where did it get refused docking permission, and has it been granted now?
I don't know, mate. But if they're going to do what they do, I mean, they got tables, conference tables, the kitchen. I mean, the galley looks absolutely blinding. Brand new. 9 till 8, 7 till 9, 12 till 2, and 8. Dinner and all that.
But they won't be making their own food. Somebody will be cooking it for them, won't they?
Yeah, they get better accommodation than the boys and girls do in the army, for Christ's sake.
Well,
because it's the Navy that's fucking cooking for them.
The boys in the army or the girls in the army are expendable. They're just fucking. Our country doesn't appreciate its military. That's a
No, they
fact.
don't. You're
Very
totally correct. You know, it's like, you know, you do it. You say anything, you can't do this, can't do that. I mean, the MOD are just taking away. I think it's you have rank and they get like a bigger house. But it's a rank structure, but they've done away with that. It's fair enough. But why should men and boys, girls and boys, and their families serve, and they go away? Oh, sorry, you can't stay here because we're putting some more asylum seekers in. There is something really, really wrong.
Yeah, but as I
Yeah.
say, the rich elite, the 1%ers that run all this shit, they fucking despise the poor. They hate us. So
Yeah,
it is what it is, and they love these other cunts that are going to come in and make our lives miserable. That's the fact.
I
but-
like the
Go on.
how is Dave the plant anyway?
Dave.
I'm all right, mate. Yourself?
Oh, I'm Simon. Is it? Oh, have I taken him down to Kew Gardens in other side of Kingston?
Yeah, you'll have to come and get him, but yeah, you don't want you don't want a family, a trip out, do you, Dave?
Well, you fucking might treat me better.
Don't be like that, Dave. There's no need. You're more healthier than most plants around here. Let me tell you, right? You get water when you
Yeah,
need
no.
it.
I mean, he could go to Kew Gardens and go and sit in the big greenhouse up they've got up there. Lovely.
Yeah,
He's got his own security.
Yeah, get flirting with all the other plants. Maybe make
Actually,
some connections.
Actually, it's fucking socialise.
Oh, you've
So
got
let's
the other
fucking-
lads. You've got Trevor, and you've got Spike and Cyril. What more do you want?
I fucking want to socialise, man, not just with the fucking same old. You know what I mean? Come on, fucking hell, what's going on here?
As a plant, you're the most demanding plant I've ever had. The other ones were all right. Well, apparently the two lads used to smash the place up, apparently, and have women back. But we got to the bottom of that anyway. But
Is Dave a bit of a renegade? Is he?
Dave's a fucking hoodlum. No other way around it, man. I mean,
Hoodlum.
you've heard him when he's pissed up doing a live stream. He fucking attacks the fucking callers. I mean,
That wouldn't surprise me, Simon.
at
know.
the moment, I've had to split them up. Dave's over there, right? 1 second.
Right, no, she's fucking got him. Sick of it, right? Treats me like shit. I feel like a fucking POW. It's fucking horrible.
POW. Oh, I think it's absolutely blinding. Absolutely blinding, mate. Yeah, we went to work last night where we work, and they were testing the lights in the office blocks where we work, and it's like trying to clean in the dark is like in
It's an
a
act of
dark tunnel.
futility, isn't it? Really, I mean, fuck it. It's like you can't clean in the dark because you can't see the dirt to get rid of it.
Would you expect
Yeah,
you to fucking have
we
night
sat-
vision on?
we sat there and thought, this is good. So we did it, did the best we could, and just unbelievable, lovely people. Well, we work for, and it's an Indian guy. He's a nice guy. So it's the other guy, and the other guy comes from he's a Cypriot from Cyprus, and we all get on. Couldn't ask for a little better part-time job. So I went down the hub to see what they got.
Mhm.
There's no security job there because they didn't turn up. And I'll go back and sit me security
Yes.
license on the 2nd of August.
Fucking hell.
Dave, has Alan Titchmarsh ever touched you inappropriately?
No, he fucking hasn't. And I fucking hope he don't.
Right, just asking. Leave it alone. That's one of the comments.
Yeah, fuck you too, Pete.
So it's nice to see you on a Friday afternoon, having a day off, mate. It'd do you good.
Yeah, it's not
Brilliant.
wanted. I fucking done my ankle in. Got out of the truck, stood on something, and the ankle went over. So
Oof,
Yeah.
ouch.
yeah, it'd be all right. But you don't want to be bounced
your- is
around
your-
in a
is your-
truck big time for.
Is Is your daughter all right?
Yeah, it's good as gold. I'll be seeing her for
Ah.
hopefully. I mean, if it's shit weather Sunday, we'll do a roast. If it's not, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe go out and get something. But that's the
You
only thing
still,
I love about
are
winter
you-
times when you sit around with the heating on you do a roasting. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But I haven't got a garden, so I can't do a barbecue. Not just that. I don't know about anybody else here. Anybody else? Answer if you've got this problem. Put one. Bread. Used to be able to eat loads of bread, but now if I eat bread, it fucks me up and bloats me out. And it's the same for the daughter and Sister Jude can't have it. I've renamed my daughter Sister Send It actually because that's how she drives. But yeah, we struggle with bread now. So whereas I would have liked to have
I
a barbecue.
see. I went on thingies up at Liverpool's. Oh God, try not to put. You know the Liverpool guy, your mate.
Well, we've got a few here. What you mean? The one that's commenting earlier on.
Yeah, when does the police
Oh,
things.
Paz, Pap, I should say. Police abusing Paz, because
Yeah, he's good. He's good. You know.
yeah,
I watched the Black Barrister a few times, but I don't think. I mean, about cycle. They're making cycle routes in Kingston. You know, they build it, make him so they can. They've got getting more things because of the cycle routes. You know, cyclists are doing this and that, and
yeah, and they still
thinking,
use
well,
a
hang on.
fucking road twist, just that one rip. Oh,
Yeah, they do. I mean, where we are in Surrey, I don't care who's listening. Surrey's got one of the biggest. I got cycle shopping there. There's one at Box Hill, and there's one in Dorking, which is fair enough. But I got a cycle track, and some of them don't even use it. They go down a dual carriageway. It's between Leatherhead and Dorking, and it's the old Canadian road, because in the World War II, the Canadians used to stack all their kit up, you know, up along that,
right.
going down to the invasion at Dunkirk, and you know, into Europe. And like they sit there, they're going down, and are just unbelievable. You know, can't do this. I mean, well, you know, if they get run over.
Some of them actually go out their way. There's one guy, he's got he's got a Twitter channel, and he's proud that he's got thousands of convictions against drivers. But I'm pretty sure that that's the sort of guy that winds them up all the time for as long as he can with his camera going, waiting for somebody to lose their patience with him and cut him up, and then he's got them. Personally, assholes like that don't deserve any sympathy at all.
And the other one is that the truck driver or the bus driver that's normally going to work, people that want to go to, you know, might be pregnant, having a baby, going to have a baby, and stuff. All protesters, they're just losing it now, and I've got no sympathy at all to them. My mate's mum died, and he was at Clapham, and they came out there, and he's got no sympathy for him at all.
Oh,
absolutely none at all.
There are some good cyclists, but they're usually the ones that aren't wearing all the spandex. The ones that all the spandex and shit, you can see them a mile off. It's fucking, they own the road, and that's that. So, anyway, old mate, I'm going to have to get on with a new caller, because what I'm going to try and do is limit calls down to a short amount of time, so that I can get through.
So if you're on Saturday, I'll give you a call. Take care, mate. Bye.
Oh, mate, take it steady. See you in a bit, mate. Bye-bye.
Hello, Chief.
Right, what we got here? So just looking through. I've been sent some at Perry Grills, DOE official. Do you know what it takes to put and I can't get the rest of it. And it's YouTube. I've been sent this link as it's YouTube. I can't fucking watch it anyway and play it on here. Otherwise we get done copyright strike. So let's go back and see what's in world news. Thank you very much for letting me do this, Haram. Is anybody in here that's watching in my Discord server? If you are in the Discord server, could you put one in the comments just so I know how many people are in the Discord and aren't that watch this stuff? What do we got? Right, that was AI. What do we got here? Man behind arrested. So some Star Wars character arrested. Ukraine culture minister resigns over funding woes inside a paper. Oh, fuck me. What are my morals? Gavin Newsom fines school district 1.5 million for rejecting LGBT. Frick. The Australian climate protester cast as extremist. Fucking wankers. Well, yeah, so what I might do is what we got. Got 1-1, right? So, bro. So we've got a few in here. I don't know what 33 means. Big season.
Fucking sort yourself out, fucking 33.
Yeah.
English. Can't.
I might put the link in the Discord, see who wants to pile in.
Jesus Christ.
Well, what's the worst that could happen, right?
You know what fucking happens when you do that? I get fucking mentally abused, you get fucking abused, you abuse everyone else, and it all just goes round and round in circles.
I don't abuse people.
Lies.
Oh.
I'm a witness to this.
if you think that I should get people in at a Discord on here now, put 2 in the comments, and we'll just see. We'll put it to the vote.
Fucking Jesus Christ. What is this? Fucking democracy, is it?
There's a Discord link. Mad Brody's put a Discord link. Brody, I'll take it you're at home chilling. So
Brody, you're a fucking animal.
Big C, who 2. Oh yeah.
Big C.
Right.
Legend.
Yeah, right. Okay. In general chat, if you want a link, message me. Put something in the comments. There you are. Ah, right. To a festival of abuse, please. Too. Yeah. Festival of abuse. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Christ.
In between jobs. What you mean? The wife's giving you a load of jobs to do, is she?
No, it's
Yeah.
fucking marching orders. That's what he's been given. Fucking marching orders.
See, a good man keeps his woman happy by doing said jobs.
Yeah, but they're
I'm
never
not-
fucking happy.
I wouldn't know because I live here alone and it's generally more peaceful. And I was saying this to Sister Jude. When you've been alone or single for so long, that it would be pretty difficult actually to get back into having a relationship and having somebody around because you're so used to your own space and stuff. You know what it's like.
Yeah, it does get a little bit too much, to be honest, after so long.
Yeah. Right. Hang on a minute. So nobody's messaged in general chat. So I'm guessing they don't want a link. There you go. I could have shoved the link at Brody, but I think he's working. Oh, we got a call. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
This sounds female.
I've
Yes, it's the fucking opposite sex, Simon. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
missed the first hour. My goodness, Simon, I didn't know you were on today.
Well, I hadn't planned to. I just went, fuck it. Press the go button and away we went. I wanted to get my mate on that I work with because he's a bit of a case, but he didn't have very far to travel, so he wasn't on for very long. But we're actually going to try and get him here around the table, probably with his missus, one night. And I need another get together anyway, where I get a load of them down because.
Oh, do you want me to go? You got someone
No,
else coming on?
no, not at all. I'm saying that in the future, at some point, I'm going to be having a get together here.
Okay.
So
Can't believe I've missed your blinking. That's an hour. I've got to rewind at some point.
it was
I
just
don't
not,
know
it was
what the
it was
chat's
just
about.
chatting about anything really. It was nothing in particular.
So
Go on,
can I spice things up?
go on.
That fucking
So do
time.
you know all the hoo-ha in America? All the drama with the whistleblowers, everything going on?
No, I don't at the moment. So you might have to be coded about stuff. I don't know yet.
Yes, that's what I will say hoo-ha.
Yeah. I haven't actually put the news on for the week. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Simon, sweetheart, I do not watch the news. I
Right.
watch people that are independent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Truthers, whatever you want to call them, where you're shown real facts, real truth from the courts. Live videos. Anyway, so it's all coming out about oh my goodness, how am I going to explain it?
Right.
The
Is
Humpty
it,
Dumpty.
is it about the elites we're talking about?
There's more than what you even know coming out right now. Anyway, can I skip past that? What else can I talk about? Blinking heck.
It's a nightmare, isn't it? Because
I know.
So I wonder if we should. I'll just put it.
What happened to the gopher? What happened to the gopher?
Go.
Have you heard nothing about that in the news for a while?
Oh, you mean Phil
That-
at Schofield? Yeah, I haven't heard fuck all about that one. But he will be.
You've told he coded, and then you go and say the blinking name.
Yeah, no, he's all right about him because he's gone off the grid, hasn't he? So yeah, he'll come back. He'll be like rebranded, and nobody will fucking say a thing. He'd probably have a year out on holiday, or they might.
But oh my goodness, the American thing. Oh my goodness. They're all connected to Epstein, Schofield.
Well,
Biden.
why would it surprise you that Schofield
No,
and
I'm not-
others
I
have?
am, sweetheart, I am not surprised.
Yeah.
It surprises me that people that are awake, whatever you want to call it, right, that other people are like, what's going on, man? I just need to scratch my balls. And do you know what I mean? See these people.
There's
The next,
there's a lot of people that just don't want to know. They want to be able to watch their film without any guilt. I find a problem now. I can't really watch a lot that comes out of what's it called, fucking Hollywood, because I know the corruption and degeneracy going on. So I find myself looking at this film going, what's that actor done? What's that actor done? Who's paying for this? You know?
right. So have you heard about the massive strike and why they're striking?
No.
Right. Do you want me to tell you?
Go on then.
Sorry, me bad, just like my roll up. So, America, the writers went on strike about 3 months ago, over 3 months ago.
Right.
And now the Hollywood actors that are still alive, who, let's face it, most of them are dead. So the massive strike is because AI and the Hollywood elite, like the people that actually produce the films,
Mm.
and Tom Hanks actually came out and said this about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
They've all gone on strike because they're all CGI. Everything you're looking at on that TV screen is CGI.
Right.
Nothing's real anymore.
No.
Nothing. You cannot trust nothing with your own eyes anymore. Go and Dave the Plant, prove me wrong.
Well, Dave CGI. he's not actually. I don't know what Dave's doing. He's probably sniffing.
That's actually funny.
He's-
Well done, Simon.
he's-
Well, that's a good comeback. That was a good comeback. That's funny.
He's probably sniffing baby bio at the moment, mate.
Fuck
so-
you cunt.
Right, there you go. Then.
Your shit.
It's lovely.
Come
You-
right
you-
there with your fucking toxicity. I'm sick of it.
yeah, slandering Dave the Plant. Fucking unbelievable.
Well, fucking what have I done to this woman? I've done nothing and she's already calling me. What the fuck's going on here?
No, she's asking you, do you believe in all this CGI? I was one that slandered.
No, I fucking don't. And you're a cunt anyway, so I know. Yeah, all right. But no, I don't.
Right. Do you know what? I let men away with that word. Since I learned years ago that the English and the Scottish used to use that term, the
Mhm.
see you next Tuesday word,
Yeah.
a term of endearment. It was back in the day.
It kind of is. If you call your mate a cunt, it's because you like him. Because if you actually really wanted to upset him, you call him something else like fat or something.
But if you're a girl and you get called, no, a girl, a woman, well, girl, grown up women get called that, you think, you're talking about my nunu.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like there's male banter and female banter, and it is different. And then when women
No,
when women come into male banter, sometimes they're like, shit.
no, have you not noticed, including you, Dave the Plant, they're rewriting history. Everything's being deleted again every 100 and odd year. They're doing it again.
Well,
Sorry, I've just been flown over by a low-flying aircraft, which is quite rare around here. I'll probably
get
get
the fucking anti-aircraft gun out. You know where
Yeah,
it is.
because it's in the garage at the moment, along with my radar. Anyway, yeah, wife. Anyway, what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put the link in here. See what happens. That's the worst, right?
Right, well, I'll hang up then. I'll put the volume back on and let someone else phone in, sweetheart.
No worries, lovely. All right, you take it steady. All right.
Right, bye then.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. I love that Scottish by the now. Yeah, Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg are making a mini 4-part doc. Would be interesting. Right, so if you're not part of the Discord server, there is a link to come and join. That way, you can go and post news in there if you want me to read it out. I think that thing's coming back. Where does Dave's roots trace back to? The flat upstairs. That's where they gave me it.
You can't give away fucking top secrets here. You can't do it. I'm sorry. You can't
What,
do
you
it.
mean,
right?
what, go and tell them what your family tree is?
Yeah. Fucking evil cunt.
Oh, I'd be like that. We're getting a lot of low-flying military aircraft around Blaenavon and Abergavenny. Yeah, because they do training going through the valleys, the hills or whatever around there, don't they?
The back loop.
Didn't they years ago crash into one of them? Was
The
that
back
off Scotland?
loop is fucking lovely up there. It's great.
So what do we got? We got any other stories that we can go through? Because the link to this is in Discord. Let's get a link to Discord and shove it in here.
Come on,
So that-
don't be fucking scared, you lot. We don't bite much. I ain't got
You
no
do.
fucking teeth, so how can I bite?
Dave
eBay.
grabbed
Or
the
I
tree
might
as
not.
long as a bush. Oh, fuck I. Right, so there's a link to Discord. If you want to join the Discord, there's the link. You don't have to come in and chat if you don't want to. You can just type in the general chat. You can come in and chat if you wish to, but you can also post news you find that's interesting that maybe you want to get to me, or you want to share it with the others. We've got UK news, world news, and the notice board. That's where you would post most stuff. And we've got a general chat room. So if you want to say hi to people, whatever. I wish to tell Dave how handsome he is. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Kids thinks you're stunning, mate. There you go.
Fantastic. Fucking
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, you got fun. Isn't that nice? Oh, stunning you are, Dave. Stunning. Just a bit leery, that's all. So, hi, sir. I think it's from
Fucking
Scotland.
RJ.
What?
Fucking leaf it out.
Leaf it out. I like it. Yeah. Right. Breaking news. NYP forced to pay $13 million to George Floyd. What? The city will pay around $10,000 to 1,380 people who were arrested and or subject to force by NYPD during the 2020 riots. So not only are they giving the green light to people to go and fucking riot now, but when you do it and you get arrested for it, they'll give you 10 grand. That's taxpayers' money, by the way, people. So they're giving people money they're actually funding criminality. That's amazing. Just fucking amazing. What else have we
This
got?
world is fucking topsy-turvy.
Where is that? Let's have a look. I'm sure it can't be as fucking ridiculous as it probably is as well. Right, okay. Right, so yeah, breaking news. NYPD forced to pay out $13.7 million to George Floyd rioters for violating their rights. What about the rights of the people that live around there that had their shit looted and burnt and fucking they got battered? What about them?
Oh,
You're gonna
no,
pay
fuck
them?
them.
Yeah,
No,
innit?
fuck them, mate. Fuck them. No.
The city will pay around 10 grand or $10,000 to 1,380 people who were arrested and or subject to force by the NYPD during the 2020 riots. On Wednesday, the city of New York settled a class action lawsuit filed at federal district court in Manhattan by George Floyd rioters, agreeing to pay the sum of 13.7 million in damages. The plaintiff claimed that the members of the New York Police Department have violated their rights via the use of unlawful tactics. What would those be? And according to the New York Times, under the terms of the settlement, the police would pay around $10,000 to each of the 1,380 people who were arrested and subject to force by the NYPD during the riots in Manhattan and Brooklyn. While a number of those involved in the class action lawsuit had been arrested, many were not, and simply claimed that they had the ability to exercise their First Amendment rights impeded. So read that again. While a number of those involved in the class action lawsuit had been arrested, many were not, and simply claimed that they had the ability to exercise their First Amendment rights impeded. What, looting, burning out cars, burning shops, wrecking the fucking place? That's your First Amendment rights, is it? I don't think
Nearly
so.
fucking killing people.
Innit?
Yeah, that's fucking First Amendment rights there, innit? You know what I mean? Like, fucking Jesus Christ. What the fuck's
Exactly.
going on?
In an interview with Business Insider, the lead attorney for the plaintiffs, Eleanor Cohen, said the goal of the lawsuit was to protect people's rights. Sure it was. This is about the people in New York City being able to protest, being able to be in the streets, being able to say what they think about the government, she said, and to do it without being afraid that they are going to be physically hurt. Well, it
No.
depends on how you use your protesting. If you're out there quietly on the streets with placards saying what you think, then yes. But if you're out there looting, burning, and fucking all sorts, then no, that's not protesting. That is violence.
No, because what we're doing is what they're calling violence. What they're doing is supposedly called peaceful protest. And you got to remember, this is all fucking backwards.
And it does.
Think about it. They're all of these cunts that are being fucking paid out this money is because they've not been paid, so that's why they're doing it.
Lawyers for the city argued that the protesters were often not peaceful, highlighting that some devolved to looting and rioting. Well, we know that. We've seen the video footage. Protesters set police cars ablaze, vandalized precinct houses, threw rocks, bricks, bottles at officers, stabbed, punched, bit officers, and a hill of Molotov cocktails at officers, they added. I would say that that was good cause to go and batter a few round the head in self-defense. Just saying. But what do I know? Fuck me, it's unbelievable. Honestly.
Stop with the common sense. Stop it.
Oh,
You know that don't fucking work. Come on.
Structural racism may contribute to mass shootings, study says. Oh, this will be a winner, won't it? Where do I find this fucking stuff? Oh, I know where I find it. Thanks, Haram. Right. Structural racism may contribute to mass shootings, study says. CNN, mass shootings in major metropolitan areas in the United States disproportionately affect black people. Here we go. Black people and structural racism may play a role. According to a study published on Wednesday in the journal JAMA Surgery, the researchers at Tulane, I think, University analyzed data relating to the 51 largest metropolitan areas, including demographics and income data, as well as reports of mass shootings from 2015 to 2019 compiled by the Gun Violence Archive and non-profit organization that tracks gun violence in the US. But I should imagine they're heavily funded by the people who want to remove the guns from people because, hey, people who can protect themselves are bad. Evening, Sarge. CNA gun violence define a mass shootings as shootings that injured or killed 4 or more people, not including the shooter. The study finds that in areas with higher black populations, mass shootings are likelier to occur compared to communities with higher white. Do you know something? When you look at the demographic in the in prisons over there, how many white people versus how many black people, you'll find that black people are massively overrepresented in there. Why? Because they break the law more predominantly on percentage than white people. Why? Because that's what happens. And they can blame it on racism, they can blame it on people not giving them a hand up and all sorts, but at the end of the day, it's their poor moral fiber, amongst other things, that plays into this. And there's always going to be somebody telling them that they're a victim of something. But the truth actually is they're a victim of their own stupidity. You know, you've just had a black president, for fuck's sake. Anybody, you can achieve all sorts. Ah, we got the same caller back. Hello.
Hi, sorry, I'm back again.
No worries. What are you thinking?
What people need to understand more than anything. Sorry, I need to pause you. Here we go. This thing when people speak their mind on the internet, like what you're doing, and people calling in, the Bill of Rights is a very serious thing.
Right.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Simon?
We have freedom of expression, but not freedom of speech. And there's a massive difference, and interpretation is everything.
That's how they're trying to shut down people like me and you and other people on the internet. They've got to use the Bill of Rights to shut us all down.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comments here as well. They'll try and shut us down anyway, and it will get worse, and it is getting worse. But until they finally manage to fuck us off, just keep going. And when they actually take us off the internet, then we go out in the streets. So they'll lose in whatever they do. They'll get it wrong because they can't actually comprehend how poor people think or how the average person thinks. They have no fucking idea. So when they come up with these great ideas, this is how we'll stop people. When you tell people they can't do anything, they want to do it all the more. So fine, fuck it. Take away the freedom of speech. And then people will just go out on the streets with disguises on and go out and do whatever they're going to go out and do.
Like over 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
Yeah.
People went out in the streets. We got the old papers back in the day and the leaflets, and people would congregate and meet up to get the truth. This is coming shortly when they switch the internet off, which is going to happen, people.
Have you noticed
So,
your phone signal's been getting worse?
Oh my goodness.
We're all getting it down here. Phone signal's getting much, much worse. And they're saying they're working on the local area. But here's the thing, right? Technology is supposed to get better, not worse. Now, I had a better phone signal back in 2004.
I don't want 5G, so I don't know if they're messing about with that up here in Scotland.
Well, they'll be doing it everywhere. But I think, I mean, look at what they did with France. They shut off part of the internet so that the protesters couldn't get organized there.
Not just France, they did it with India, Iraq, all the BRICS nations, BRICS.
But we didn't get to hear
Oh,
about that, did we? So, but you look, when we go out to protest in London, they just turn down the local transmitter so we can't live stream, or they interfere with what we're doing.
What's that?
So
It's just it's jammers, that's all it is. You've just got to change the frequency and shit like that.
well, that's part of the reason I stopped fucking bothering videoing, because at the end of the day, you can video it and play that later, but if you live stream, it usually gets absolutely fucking screwed. And it says they're
Just
switching off
for
3G
people
soon to
listening.
force us to 5G. Yeah, probably. We'll end up on 5G whether we like it or not, or you'll have nothing. That's kind of where it will be. So it is what it is.
I don't mean to interrupt, just for people listening, just make sure you've still got your old-fashioned AM, FM radio, because you will need it very soon.
You get all these little radio stations popping up, giving out news like they used to. Do you remember Del Wilkins radio station?
When the shit hits the fan and people have no internet, they'll be like, oh my goodness, what do I do now? Well, people like us already have our radios ready. So,
Yeah, I mean, like CBs. Fuck it. I went on the CB. There's nobody on there, but I have got one. But
there's a lot of people in the background you don't realise that have them, but keep quiet.
well,
Yeah, I've got one as well. It's just dead all the time.
yeah, it's just dead air, isn't it? And
Yeah.
unless you got yourself a decent like fucking aerial and you're pushing out 100 watts like I did on my ICOM, is it 902? I think it was. That thing you could get out ages and you could get back, but the one I've got at the moment is just some cheap thing, and it's not that good. But fuck it, sit on a hillside with it. I'm sure you could get out to enough people.
Si, when the crap hits the fan, you don't need nothing expensive, as long as it works.
Well, as long as it gets out, innit? I mean, the aerial I've got that came with it is about that, so it's fuck all. So I'd need to get something decent.
No, people need to realise when the crap hits the fan, as I said, sorry, Dave, the plant, when people have no internet and can't communicate, but we've still got our radios, so, meh. Anywho, I'm going to bugger off.
No worries, lovely. And I'm going to then interview our Savage to see.
See you later.
Take it
So you-
steady. See you in a bit, lovely.
Yeah, people have been communicating for years, way before technology was ever invented. So let's go back to using the carrier pigeon.
Yeah, fucking anything. Look, if people want to get the message to each other, they will, even under lockdown. You know, it is what it is. I mean, what you want to do is get a couple of postmen who are on board. They could send messages out wherever, couldn't they? But
Yeah.
Oh, we got another call. 1 minute. Hello.
Sorry, out of that internet one that you just said about,
Mhm.
if the internet does, for argument's sake, does go down, we'll say hypothetically for everybody around in this country, we say Britain, then how the hell are the hospitals going to run? Because if you go to the hospital today, or doctors today, it used to be all on paper. Now it's all done on a computer.
It will be
They
a
able
re-
to clear what records you've got unless they go on a computer. I'm all for getting rid of the internet because I'm.
It will be a
36, so I'm
reduction in
not
the
involved.
internet. So there'll be certain things you won't be able to do. So social media platforms will be temporarily shut down in times of trouble.
Yeah.
You won't, all of these chat rooms will be monitored by, 50,
Yeah.
whatever they are, something 7 brigade, right? But things like hospitals, doctors, and stuff like that, you'll still be able to use limited internet for those things. But use of, say, for instance, YouTube. You'll only be able to go on approved stuff on YouTube. Some of the other platforms may not even be allowed, and they will watch everything you're doing and they'll come down on you. But what they'll do predominantly before that is limit your ability to use the internet much by it being shit. Now, if that means that people get ill and die, they're quite happy about that. Well, they don't give a fuck. So,
But you've only got to look at these idiots that are blocking up the roads. They don't give a fuck. That's you shouldn't. Sorry, swearing. They don't care. If you're who you are, and what you are. They're blocking the roads up. It don't matter if you're pregnant or whether you're going to a hospital for whatever else.
For them, they're not actually protesting about really about oil. They're protesting about control. They're just being assholes.
Of course they are. They're they're basically being dicks. They wasn't brought up the correct way. They wasn't given a good hygiene as a child.
Indeed. But that's
basically the problem. They wasn't given a bleeding good hygiene. They were given there you go. You can have everything you're given, and now silver spoon in your mouth.
Yeah, they're special soldiers, all of them, aren't they?
Talking about special soldiers, have you heard about the royals? Apparently, there's going to be a divorce. Apparently, according to today's news, that come up on my phone a minute ago.
Ginger's fucking other half has finally got bored of him.
No, yeah, apparently, and she wants the kids.
Yeah, obviously, but here's the thing, because that's her fucking ticket, isn't it? But the thing is, right, we all knew that one was going to fail sooner or later anyway, right? And he's done, you wouldn't believe it of a bloke who served in the military, but literally he's followed his cock, right? He's been totally pussy whipped by this piece of kit that probably was a cracking fuck, right? And now, literally, he fell out with all his family. He's fallen out with the British people. He's fallen out with all sorts. And now she's about to bin him and he's going to be fucked. Yeah. Literally, he's got some fucking humble pie to eat, that kid he has. I don't know if the people will ever get over it. I mean, if he actually came out and said, look, mate, I was fucking pussy whipped. I fell for the triangle and I was dumbstruck by the fanny, and I'm sorry. She had me good and proper. I promise I will fucking sort my shit out and stop being such a minger, right? You might get somewhere if he's honest, but if he goes to the people, oh, you're all just whatever, and he ain't going to get anywhere, and fuck him. So
he's full of shit anyway.
Well, that's what I said. This bloke's a sort of bloke. Well, he was, as we all know. He grew up wearing Hitler stuff, Nazi stuff.
Well, that's because some of his family were in the SS. I mean, it's kind of awkward, but that's the way it is. And I mean, he did have what looked like a bit of a sense of humor and a massive "I couldn't give a fuck" attitude, but that piece of fluff just changed him totally.
Yeah. But I thought I'd quickly phone in and say that. Anyway,
no worries, mate.
Let you boys to it. Have a good one again.
All right, mate. See you in a bit. Right, so Sarge, how's the new job going? Don't give any details about it, but is it all right?
No, it's worse than the last one.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is with all these companies, but all of them will never tell you the fucking truth. They'll tell you one thing, and whatever they tell you, it's always the opposite.
Yeah, so what is this one going to be given the P45 soon? Oh, yeah. So you're going to find something else?
Yeah, we'll find something else. I think I'll just go drive a forklift instead.
Even that comes with its problems, doesn't it? You got fucking idiots wandering around, not looking where they're going in the yard.
Yeah, but when that happens, they usually get spikes on the end of it, and then it's natural selection, so fuck them.
Fair one. Yeah, no, I mean, I can't stand being out on the road with all these lemmings. They can't think straight. They've got no. Oh, it's just fucking nightmarish.
It's not that. It's being locked in a tin can all day by myself with my own thoughts isn't a good thing.
Nope. That's because I work with a load of others. We're on the phone to each other, ripping the shit out of each other, and that is good. But yeah, if you just sat there fucking stewing in your juice, not speaking to anybody, yeah, that ain't no good. I don't know what to suggest, mate. Really don't.
It's the main reason why I started coming on Discord, but obviously that's all gone quiet at the minute and no one's on there, so.
Yeah, I should make more of an effort with it. But the problem is, what we do is we get people who come into Discord, right, and start giving it all doom and gloom. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, I actually want to have the crack. And there are people that don't get out, so they've got nothing new to say. And that's probably, we're going to have to sort this out and just say, look, if you're a doom and gloomer, don't come in a voice chat because we're actually here to have the crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that might be something. But I was going to try and push Discord in here actually, but I don't know if I mentioned to anybody. Let's see if we've had anybody new come in.
We'll say you did push it.
Did I? Right.
You got a fucking goldfish memory or what?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I have actually. I should get a
Jesus
fish
Christ.
just to fucking torment you, you cunt. Right.
You fucking neglect me, but yeah, how can you fucking handle a fish if you neglect me?
Stop.
Can.
He's hard as fuck when he's online, any keyboard warrior.
Fucking
fuck you.
The plant, yeah.
You fucking start with me, you cunt.
Right. How many have we had? 1, 2,
Fucking
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've had 7 come in. There you go. Yeah, anyway, yeah, not a mod there for some reason. So anyway, I don't know how many fucking actually in saying that, do we need mods in Twitter? Is there live comments in Twitter? Fuck knows. Daft, the live comments in Twitter. I know you're watching somewhere. And also, what's going on in the comments here? Yeah, it seems all right. So yeah, you seriously gonna look at? Have you got your forklift ticket?
No, but I can get it. It's only about 400 quid, if that, I think.
I think actually, telescopic handler on a site might work for you. You know,
that's like those load all things, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
4-wheel steer, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But you kept busy. I mean, the first thing in the morning, you got to get muck out to the brickies, right? And then you get your fucking, and literally playing Jenga all fucking day long because you got a site that's too fucking small, trying to get too much stuff into it. Stressful, but it keep you busy. And you get to have the crack with the lads, tea break, lunch break, and you get set times. So you know when you're going to be home. And you be home every night.
Just that's what's doing me head in at the minute. Just long days, long hours.
I'm finding just the roads are just worse and worse and worse, and there's just people with no fucking common sense, and they're just trying to kill themselves.
No, they're all banging on about how this next pandemic's going to be, and everything's going to be on lockdown. If that's true, I can't wait. The roads will be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, on Friday, I dread it because you know your day's fucked. Right, okay, so I just had the questions answered there. Friday, I just think, why do we bother? But there are other days. Thursday seems to be nutter day. That's when I really get bad days. And anything in between that is just running around in circles, pulling mud from point A to point B, which is soul destroying. Fucking destroys me. And the others, isn't just me. So, but
yeah.
there it is. So yeah. So we need a party. Just trying to think what yeah, fuck it. Yeah, need a party. But other than that, so what's your missus say?
Oh, she's been trying to sweet everything I've told her. She's tried to sweeten up. Oh well, it might not be bad next week. It might just be having a bad week. But no, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well,
if it's shit from day one, it's just going to get worse and worse. It ain't going to get any better. It never gets any better.
The only thing is, my job was shit from start to 8. But after I got to know the job, it made my life slightly easier because I wasn't making mistakes and it wasn't making my job harder. But it's still shite.
Yeah.
And you know, you can polish a turd, but you've got to be a fucking engineer. But other than that, the rest of us,
this new job has started. It's delivering to all the same places I was delivering to before, except for the concrete work. Right. And when I first started on class 2, it's delivering to all the same places for them as well. So I know where I'm going all the time. It's just I'm just done with driving, I think.
Yeah. And also, if you, as he's going to say, if you've got depression and shit like that, being sat on your own for fucking too long is going to not be good for you. So, yeah, you might need to get into the workforce. You're going to get constant reading. But I do think that actually mingling with people might help you out a bit.
Yeah, just not the most sociable people. I like being around people. I just don't like being sociable with people.
Well, there's a load of people like front loading shovel, like, and he's a miserable cunt. But I'm sure he's got people that he does like speaking to. But yeah, fuck it. You haven't got to be everybody's mate, not on a forklift. Probably better you ain't actually. Otherwise, they'll take the fucking liberty out of you. But you know, I get out of driving if I were you, because you ain't getting paid enough.
No.
And you got fucking the agency waiting to fucking, when I say the agency, you know, the people that come and kick your tires and then give you a fine. So yeah. Somebody said here, what about driving a bus? No, you don't haul.
I've done that. That's what I first started off on. Bus driving. No.
What is that?
It's the same question every day. I'm waiting for this bus. It's not arrived yet. Do you know where it is? No, I don't know where it fucking is. I'm driving this one, you stupid cunt.
Or they come in with 1s and 2p coins and they want you
yeah.
to
Or how long's the next bus? About the same length as this one, love.
Fucking idiot. Get it? Honestly. Yeah. Battery about to go. Take care, everyone. Oh, so almighty. Yeah. Right. Who else have we got? Who else has joined? Make sure you join. I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you join Discord. Come in and keep this fucker happy and talk to the rest of us. There's another link in case you didn't get it already, and I'll see if anybody else joins. We've got 143 people watching, and I don't know how many people are actually watching on Telegram. Not Telegram, Twitter even. Fucking idiot. I wouldn't mind actually if you could live stream to Telegram, but I don't think you can do that yet, can you? Let me know if you can. Because if you can, I'll go there as well. We've got 2,000 people that could possibly watch. But yeah. So a bit of a change of subject here. Have any of you noticed that your favorite YouTube channels aren't being shown to you anymore or put up? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's mainly because the kids keep fucking my algorithm up low.
Right. Yeah, that is something. Yeah. They're talking behind your back, Rev. Who is? Yeah. Sorry, it's the same person, but they've called in 3 times, so I was going to give other people a go at the moment. So, yeah, fuck it. What can you say? Anyway, so what's your plans for the weekend then?
I have no fucking idea.
Get a barbecue on the go. You got
no, don't like burnt food.
Well, if you cook it, it might not. Or will it?
No, it'll end up burnt.
All right, fuck it. Can't you let the bread knife do it? Or is she just as bad? She'd burn it.
No, but it's that time of the month where I go down the pub for a week.
I see. Yes. For safety reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying to somebody else, QC, I believe, who's said that, you know, in that house, they all sink. I was in a house when I was about 19 with 5 girls who had all got in sync for a week. I went to Paul's, stayed in his sofa. Fuck that shit. I was not staying there.
Yeah, but if I was locked in the room with QC in the time of the month, I just found that fun.
Yeah. Although I think she might try and murder you for winding her up. But I don't
know.
Probably.
Well, oh well. Many have tried and many have failed.
What we got? When driving the bus, Rev, keep up. Okay. Yeah, I have mentioned it about, because somebody was saying, when am I going to have this party and a get together? But I can't do anything until my YouTube channel is back on form, if you like, and people are getting notified, because otherwise I'll organize something and nobody will go and I'll end up out of pocket. And I wouldn't know actually where to have it anyway. I mean, where the fuck would be the best place to have it? Somewhere like near Birmingham, because that's halfway up and down, or do you go to London and everybody got to travel there, but then the expense of that, or what? Well, I don't know. Where the fuck would you have it? I don't know. That's a question for later. It's meant to piss down tomorrow. Excellent. Any more good news? Anyway, you fucking stay in. Yeah,
keeps everyone inside and washes everything clean.
I tell you what, it fucking rained here the other day, and it did just that. All the cobwebs blown out, and all the outside washed down, and yeah, it was quite nice actually. Fuck it, right? Let's read the comments. Meant to piss down. They can also depopulate at the same time as making loads of money. If you arrange a barbecue, you will be guaranteed rain. Right? Yeah, fair one. I love the rain. So does Dave. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, fucking do.
Yeah, get out there. Get fucking soaked. You know when we had that really heavy rain and I chucked you out the front to try and get rid of your flies? You got fucking drowned then, but you did seem to like it, so that was nice. I was a little bit worried about leaving you out there at night in case any of the local foxes or what that come out of bite of you, because you know didn't want that to happen. But there you are. Right. Is anybody else going to come and join us on here? The link is actually in the general chat. If somebody else wants to come in and tell us about what they're up to, What could go wrong, right? Well, fuck knows. Who else we got that we could get in here? Fucking, where is he? Brody, what are you doing? Don't say you're still working, mate. Don't give us that. Alan, what sort of noise level is there at your house? Get Alan in. Stone Staffs, loads of pubs. Stone Staffs, is that like Staffordshire? Stone as in Staffordshire. I used to deliver there. Have you delivered into Stone? Sarge, can you hear me? This is where I find out that we've been cut off. Oh, yeah. Have you delivered into Stone? They had a GIS there, didn't they? I've delivered in there.
That's on the industrial estate where
It's shit. Blindside in, isn't it?
G4S is where they store all the money for the Northwest.
Oh, that's good to know. Not that you'll ever get anywhere fucking near the place, isn't it? Because are they armed? You know the security they got there. Are they tooled up or are they not?
Yeah, they got sausages and oatcakes.
Right, fuck that then.
Stoke-on-Trent staple diet, that is.
Sausages. Yeah.
And oatcakes.
Have you ever had a lawn sausage?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. Mrs. loves them, but she's half Scottish, so.
Right. I went out to fucking Scotland and he said, "Do you want a lawn sausage?" I was like, I'm envisaging fucking sausage with grass on a cunt. I was like, no. And somebody went, "No, you should, Rev. It's good." I went, "Well, fuck it. I'll give it a go." And it's square, isn't it?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I made the mistake when I was in Scotland delivering to the co-op just outside Livingston. Went to the butty van and said, "Can I have a sausage wrap?" And she gave me this thing with a square on. I'm like, "What's that?" She's like, "It's a sausage." It's not a fucking sausage. Sausage is long and thin and round. Looks fucking flat and square.
And that, Your Honour, is where the argument started.
Yeah. It's a Scottish sausage. I don't want a Scottish sausage. I want a fucking English one. Although, again, I made the mistake of saying that to a Scotsman as well when I was in Livingston.
Why don't you just go and order up one of the most expensive whiskies they've got up there and ask to put Coke in it? Because that'll finish the job. You know what I mean?
No, you wait till you get one with a really broad accent, and then when he's taking the piss out of you, because you can tell by his mannerisms he's taking the piss, turn around and ask him if he speaks fucking English. That goes down well as well.
Yeah, and who still runs you? Yeah, that doesn't go down very well. Thing is, we've had these discussions over food, and there has been some divide within the Church of the Opposite Loch over certain things. I believe it was cod and chips with curry sauce over it. You weren't impressed by that.
That does.
Fucking
the fish from a chippy, I'm not really a fan of because it's usually fucking dead greasy and vile. So,
well, I have to say at the moment the crop of potatoes that they're serving up to all these chip shops is fucking shocking.
Yeah,
and if they get their fish from the Russians, which literally catch it, skin it, gut it, and freeze it there and then on the boat as it should be done, right? So we get it as fresh as possible. If you get it this other fucking shit where they catch it and then they glaze the cunt, right, with all the guts in it, freeze it, all right, they either catch it and freeze it with all the guts in, then thaw it out, do what they got to do to it, then glaze it with a shitload of glaze, and then fucking freeze it again, which means that when we have it here, it tastes like wank. Don't, by the way, have China fucking fish if you can. But anyway, well, incidentally, I went to a place the other day, and it was by a fishing port, obviously down south, and the fish was this fucking big, that wide, and that deep. I looked at it, I went, I ain't never going to eat all that, and I hate waste. But yeah, fish and chips. I like fish and chips in the old days, but nowadays they're fucked. I love fish and chips and curry sauce. So there you go. Upstanding member. You're all right by me. Well done. But yeah, we had this, and there was a bit of a debate, and I think you were the one that didn't like curry sauce on your fish and chips, weren't you?
No, I'd rather have gravy, but then again, I'm from up north, so we just don't get everything in gravy.
Fucking why not? Hang on, black pudding with a fry up is a must. We've gone off on a tangent, but I'll agree with you there.
Pig's blood, no.
Silas Talks, the man from the Islamic State of Scotland. I thought he was our weather reporter. Just comes in and gives you a weather report and fucks off. Whatever.
Oh, no, not fucking. Oh, what?
Yeah.
What was his name on Discord? I come in and said he was that, and he fucking kicked off and then pissed off. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Did you rename him Ian McCaskill or something?
Oh, I did call him that.
Yeah.
They
He
were
went fucking ape shit.
He didn't like that much, but there again, he didn't like the fact that I kept reminding him that he was pushing the jab on fucking local radio.
Yeah.
That didn't go well. I expect something in the comments in a minute, kicking off. Okay, so fish and chips. What do you have on yours? Do you have red sauce? Do you have sour cream? Do you have tartar sauce? Do you have fuck all? Or do you have curry sauce?
Gravy.
Or in your case, gravy.
Gravy.
Because you're northern, that's fine. Pie and mash, 10 out of 10. You see, this is another thing. Up north, are you more likely to have a pie and mash? Or is that
no, that's more of a London thing, pie and mash. Well, it's not pie and mash, is it? It's pie and liquor or something they call it. Or pie and mash and liquor. I don't know.
Yeah, you go to the pub and get pissed while eating pie and mash. Sounds right to me.
No, I think like they put like a gravy on it and they call it liquor instead. I don't know. You'd have to ask Fair Maid, and she mentioned it before.
Yeah, we're going to need to be brought up to speed on this. Right, we've got some cheesy chips and brown sauce haggis in batter.
No. Not to fucking eat anything. They're fucking wrong, isn't it?
Mushy peas and curry sauce. Sounds great. I like the idea.
Even fucking deep fried a Mars bar.
Rip off brown sauce. Brown sauce though with fish and chips. Brown sauce on a fry up, but not with fish and chips. Pie and mash. Yuck. Nicky.
Fish and chips. Bottle of dandelion and burdock.
Savage. Utterly savage.
Not the dandelion and burdock on the chips, just in a glass.
All right. I'll just
nothing savage about
that. Fried Mars bars. That's something they do at Scotland, isn't it?
It fucking is.
Brown fruity sauce.
Something with 500 calories, and then you deep fry it in batter and add more calories to it. No.
Can't be too careful with the calories. You know. Loads of mustard, if with beer, Ken sandwiches. Right. Okay. Barbecue sauce. Are we talking about this? We still talking about this on fish and chips here? Because at the moment, I'm
you started right now.
Dandelion and burdock's awesome. Trish agrees with you there, mate. The clamshell in Edinburgh.
Put some salt water, see if it opens up.
So, I'm fucking hungry now, by the way. Shit.
When you mentioned fish and chips, it's your own fault.
Yeah, well, quite. And I'm gonna. If I went up the fish and chip shop now and he was having the bad chips, I'd just be broken-hearted. So, what's the point letting yourself down? But I haven't eaten today. Tell a lie. I had a sausage roll. Not really fulfilling. Love the haggis. Had the battered Mars bars too. That's Joanne. Well, Joanne, that could explain a few things. Black sheep with my fish and chips. Black sheep with your. So you go out to the fucking fish and chip shop with a sheep. Well done. Jelly deal. Look, no. Ever thought that jelly deals was a good thing? No.
Well, I thought eating squid was a good thing, and just rather than it being squid, rename it calamari so it sounds posh. It's not. It's a fucking ball of twine.
I had some a while back, right? Now, if you get it cooked properly, it isn't as bad as the chewy, bouncy, fuck me, what have you done with this kind of thing. Battered jam sandwich. Well, fuck me, we've reached new levels now, haven't we? That's just fucking insanity. Or whatever. Chips and gravy, fine. Chips and gravy is a fucking meal in itself, right?
That should be a fucking crime.
Damn sandwich bad, mate. I'm fucked. That's totally stitched me right up. Fucking this right, I'm gonna have to have a curry tonight. What else have we got that was fucking? Oh, do you remember? Right, we didn't. Well, I wasn't drinking in pubs that did it, but they used to have is it the cockles, man? They used to get it a lot around fucking Birmingham, didn't they? This mush would come in with a fucking white coat on, right, and a fucking wicker basket with all this different fucking shell food in it, and everybody fucking eat it with their bitter. I couldn't think of anything fucking worse myself.
No, you're right.
What the fuck is a chippy loaf?
Chippy loaf?
So says it. Mushy peas are disgusting. Linda, how could you say such a thing? I didn't believe it. I can't believe that we can hold 131 people watching this debating over fucking fast food, but there you go. What else we got? So if you had to get something tonight, right? Fish and chips, curry, or Chinese, which would you get? Let us know in the comments. Have you cooked that fish? Why? It just ate all the fucking chips. Yeah, that was a Mike Lee joke, wasn't it? It's so fresh. Why? Because he's eating all the fucking chips. Fucking mad. I got to decide what I'm going to get. Actually, I might ring up Sister Jude and say curry this rate. I don't know whether I should just fucking crack on with this, get a load more people on, and press on through. But it is a bit early doors, really. Get drunk, you'll eat anything. This is true.
Yeah, well, that could be a bad idea as well, because I've seen him in the past where he's drank for hours and then just fucking eating anything, and then he ends up continuing on, and it just goes fucking downhill from there.
Well, we haven't had a good fucking row in here for ages, have we? I think yeah, I had a couple of people ring up before and just give it a big one, and that was quite interesting. But usually it's like when you get two different YouTube channels that don't get on and they go into the comments, that's always interesting, but that hasn't happened for a while.
Well, Crinkle sets up. Anyway, I've not seen him for a while.
Oh, Crinkle was on, I think it's Dave something or Mark something, I can't remember, on his channel. He's in there and he goes in there with Based and they sort of do their thing. Do you remember the other one as well? What was his name? Lister. Where did he fuck off to? Somebody needs to get hold of him and get him back on because he was fucking quality comedy. I mean, you know, he'd start talking about whatever and it was, oh dear, Angela, love cockles as well. Imagine being sat next to a bird at the bar after she's eaten a load of cockles and she breathes on you. You'd be like, fuck me, what have you been doing? Dogfish cooked its legs and pissed on my chips. Dogfish cocked its legs and pissed on
Fucking Jesus Christ. Arrest that fucking man there. Do it.
fucking savages.
You have no idea.
Mind you, go to Wales and you get an absolute fucking mixture of everything, right? So you get half and half. That's one of their things. You get down Chippy Lane. So you get half rice, half chips, with a load of curry sauce all over it. And then you get the chicken and more curry sauce over it. And that's half and half.
Stop talking about food. I could eat the arse off of a fucking low-flying seagull. You fucking animal.
You got
At least they've got chips.
Eat the arse out of a low-flied seagull. I do like that.
That's quite good. That's quite good.
Used. Yeah. Seen rappers pay people to eat shit sandwich. Fucking hell. Has some wrongness, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, you got to watch out for the seagulls because they'll probably like you.
Well, I ain't got fucking chips on me, so you probably won't.
Yeah, have you ever seen those cunts come storming in for like ice cream and chips straight out of somebody's hand?
Yeah.
Watch it. Somebody had a fucking hot dog. They nicked the sausage right out of the cunt. Fucking hell. The cunt's left there with just the bread and looking really pissy in front of everybody.
They fucking walk around like the hardest thing fucking going since fucking sliced bread, aren't they?
When you get down Western Seafront, you got seagulls so big they can pass for fucking Hercules aircraft. They're fucking massive.
There was a video floating around not so long ago of a seagull walks into a shop, picks up a pack of cheese and onion crisps, and walks straight back out with it.
Hard as fuck. That is blatantly fucking hard as fuck. And I think he flung it around enough that he managed to get the cunt open as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking unbelievable. He probably had a mate who had a car running outside waiting to drive off. My mother, she used to have this pet seagull. Well, she called it a pet. This thing was fucking wild. And it was called Sammy the seagull because, you know, it was original. She used to get ham, the best ham. And this fucking Sammy come onto the garage roof, which was opposite the kitchen window, and start squawking at mum. She went, okay, Sammy. She'd go, give it the best ham. And I go, where's the ham for this? Oh, you're having the rubbish, the fucking best stuff. So the seagull. So you're fucking mental. That's me, mum. Mad as a piece of cheese. I
remember years ago, went on holiday to Paynton. Then got a loaf of bread, took a fairy liquid, put the bread in the fairy liquid, then chucked it for the seagulls. They eat it, throw it back up, and then eat it again, and then just repeat for about an hour.
They're fucking gross. I mean, I always heard the story if you give them paracetamol, the stomachs blow up, but I never did. But I've been shit on by a fucking seagull. Went out for the day with my missus. She went, oh, that's lucky. I said, no, it's not, because we got to get in the car now, go home and get fucking changed. It was fucking great load of it down there on a white top. Fucking lucky. A while ago, I lobbed a clipper lighter near a seagull getting on my nerves in the garden. Thing never flinched, picked it up and flew off. I'm trying to imagine a seagull with a fucking Zippo lighter or whatever it was, clipper lighter. Seagull shit wrecked my wrap on my car. that's why you see cars actually wrap that come off the boat and get parked up, because seagull shit will destroy new paintwork. We've had quite a few of them come in, and sometimes you can't buff it out, so you've actually literally got to paint a new car, which is shit. There you go. What a random conversation we're having here, by the way. Baking powder, yeah, that's pretty fucking final for a seagull. Apparently, they go poof.
It's a myth. It doesn't work.
Okay, so the man's tried. Seagull nicked my son's Subway once. Cunt. Unbelievable. Are Subway good or bad? I don't know. What's the view?
I don't know. I'd rather have a Subway over Burger King, McDonald's, KFC. I'd rather have a Subway over any of them. I think Greg's is shit. Don't eat that crap.
Greg's gives you bad guts. I don't know what fucking oil they prepare all their shit in, but fuck
it's not the oil. You know, when it rains and people are going around yards on forklifts and you get all that black death water rubbish shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all the glazed donuts and all that are left in open baskets on the floor. So when the forklift goes past, it gets splashed by all that shit. That's what does you.
Fuck that. Yeah, I've seen that black funk. Fucking minging in it.
Yeah, I only know that because I used to deliver to Greg's warehouses. And that's why I won't eat it.
And that shit ends up in the back of your trailer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Co-op trailers, and they were the worst. And then Morrison's trailers weren't much better. But basically, they were full of shit, rotting food in the corners. Pigeons, Crinkle reckons they're robots. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Do you remember that? Crinkle was saying that all pigeons are robots there that spy on us. He'd hit the crack hard that night, I think. So glad don't eat it. He's probably tried baking soda powder, doesn't work. Subway.
Yeah, but Crinkle would probably snort shave it if you told him it was Coke. So
fucking probably work for the
I don't think there's anything
KGB.
that he hasn't tried. From a greasy, prefer a bacon and sausage butty from a greasy spoon than a Subway. Yeah, it's not always easy to park a truck up inside a greasy spoon. That's a problem. And the Subways are in the fucking petrol stations we go into, so it kind of forces your hand a bit. Right, what do we do now? It's fucking Friday night, 5:45, and I ain't eaten yet. I wonder if we could get some food sent in. That's the problem with living in a village. You're fucked. They don't deliver it, which is kind of shit. So means I've got to go out.
I say, well, what about calling it for a little bit? Go get yourself some fucking scran, and then come back and fucking start again.
Could do.
So
All right,
there's an
fuck it.
option.
Yeah, right. I'll fuck it, because everybody's got to go and get some fucking grub. Right, I'll fuck off for a while. And
I'll be the same, man.
yeah, well, I'll go into Discord actually. So, so if anybody wants to go over to Discord, and then I will work out what I'm going to do about food, because I ain't eating. I'm hungry now, and I won't be able to go on tonight and do anything because I haven't been fed, will I? So, yeah. Right. Well, I'll catch you all later, and yeah, maybe we'll be on later if I can get some guests on as well. And I'll see you in a bit.
Bonjour.